take on the Astros from Houston. The Tigers will face the Diamondbacks out in Phoenix. Yankees are at the Mariners. Giants are at the Padres. And finally, the Guardians will take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. So while we have a couple of moments here, I now have Chris Harris along with me. And Chris, I know this is very much an exhibition game, but boy, if you're UAH, what a nice moment to be out here facing a bona fide AA team.
Well, it's great to see the Trash Pandas here in Madison for the first time. We had our 2-hour media day today, taking a lot of photos and getting information and video and content you'll see all season long. But you're right, just like Alabama A&M last night, getting to play against an elite team from Japan tonight. UAH, not going to be totally, versus the Trash Pandas because they're pitching to their own guys, but still you get to set foot with some former big leaguers. You got Gustavo Campero leading off for the Trash Pandas tonight, and a lot of future major leaguers as well. So an experience that these guys and they'll no doubt remember forever.
Now for UAH, they have played on this field before, but that's been against fellow Division II competition. I remember a couple of years ago they took on West Florida on this field. So this program is used to playing here at Toyota Field, just not against the Trash Pandas. Should be a nice little moment for them. Meanwhile, Rocket City still getting prepared for the 2026 season. Like we mentioned, after today, we'll have one more game left in this Global Baseball Series as the Trash Pandas will take on the Toyota Red Cruisers, who were a 13-3 winner over Alabama A&M yesterday. That game was called after 8 innings due to the run rule, and with that, the Red Cruisers got today off, and again, we'll take on the Trash Pandas tomorrow. And just as a reminder to everyone, the Season 4 of Rocket City gets underway on Friday. It'll be a 6:20 airtime, 6:35 first pitch, but of course, we'd love to have everyone here. We're going to have fireworks and all that good stuff on Friday as Rocket City will face the Biloxi Shuckers to get the 2026 season underway. The Shuckers, the AA affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers, they usually trot out a pretty good team year after year. And of course, as we go throughout this ball game here this evening, we'll be able to start introducing you to some of these Trash Panda players. This roster will not look the same come Friday, but a lot of the guys who you see out here tonight will be playing for Rocket City when we get things underway in just a couple of days. Morris Morioka, who's done such a wonderful job putting on this Global Baseball Series, he's now waving around the major Trash Panda flag and trying to get the crowd up and going for this ball game, as again we are just moments away from first pitch between Rocket City and UAH. For UAH, it's also been a bit of a struggle this season. Like we said, they are 13-18 on the year, 9-12 in conference play, but a good chance to maybe kick back, have a little bit of fun here today, and then get back into conference action, as again they will take on Union College on Saturday and Sunday as well. All those games will be at Charger Field, so be sure to take in the action. And by the way, while we have a moment, also want to send a congratulations to the UAH women's basketball team. They made it all the way to the Final Four of the basketball tournament, the NCAA basketball tournament, before coming up short, but still a wonderful season nonetheless. We'll go ahead and take our final break on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and first pitch of today's exhibition between UAH and Rocket City. That's coming up right after this as you listen to Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live. One, two, 1, 2, 2. And welcome back to Toyota Field, everyone. Josh Carey joined alongside Chris Harris, and back in Mission Command running the boards is Jeff Scarborough, as we are about ready to go today for tonight's exhibition between Rocket City and UAH. We also want to welcome those of you who are watching on our YouTube stream. YouTube has been a savior for us, if you will. They were there to stream last night's A&M and Toyota Red Cruisers game, and they also streamed our Alabama A&M Jacksonville State game as well. So they will have the stream for both tonight and tomorrow, as well as the UAH Chargers are about to take the field again. For those of you joining late, UAH will be pitching to their own hitters. Rocket City will be pitching to their own hitters as well. And we will have a national anthem here in just a moment. But Chris, like I said, well, now this is interesting. UAH will pitch to their own hitters, but it's going to be the Rocket City defense that goes out onto the field. Yeah,
exactly. They'll have their own battery. There was talk that potentially each catcher, would hit for the other team as well, and we'll see if that's the case. If their catcher will be in our lineup and DeRazio will be in their lineup.
Well, we are about ready for our national anthem. Let's go down to the field for that.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That is Corporal Connor Corley of the United States Marine Corps with our national anthem. And with that, we are moments from action. Rocket City again taking on UAH in this quasi-exhibition game, if you will. Let's go ahead and run through the starting lineups of this contest. We'll begin with the Chargers, who come in at 13-18 on the year. They are 9-12 in conference play. Leading things off playing shortstop will be Hugh Wendell. In the 2 spot will be the designated hitter Caleb Mahan. In the 3 position over at first is Taylor Bush. Batting cleanup out and right is Nathan Mayfield. Hitting 5th for the Chargers, and I said Mayfield, he's actually in right field. Braxton Griffin will bat 5th and play left. In the 6th position behind the dish is Ian Reagan. In the 7th spot at the hot corner is Brody Bartlett. Batting 8th at 2nd is Eli Wells. And in the 9th spot, the center fielder, Jace Upton. For the Trash Pandas, this is how they'll line up defensively. Left to right, it goes Dunham, Rodriguez, that's Rowdy Rodriguez, and then Flint. Around the infield, third to first, it will be Cole Mershon, Nick Rodriguez, so a couple of Rodriguezes in there for the Trash Pandas. Again, that'll be Nick Rodriguez, followed by Ben Goebel over at first. Behind the dish tonight will be J.J. Dorazio. Thank you, Chris. And on the hill, and again, UAH will still use their own pitcher when they are out in the field. This is going to be Ian Sonner. Sonner has a 1-2 record and a 6 ERA on the season, and again, he will get the start today for UAH. For those on the radio side, Rocket City, white tops, white bottoms, black cursive scripture that says Trash Pandas, powder blue numeral on the left hip with red trim, powder blue numeral on the back with red trim, powder blue cap, black bill, and sprockets shooting through the trash can. In the middle, as for the Chargers, kind of a 1980s type of uniform. Blue tops, it's not a button-up, it's a pullover. Blue tops, it says Chargers across the front in white cursive lettering, white numeral on the back, white numeral on the left hip, gray breeches, and the all-blue cap with the UAH white emblem in the middle. So Sonner still going through his warm-up tosses as we get ready for this one. And for Rocket City, you know, they've been off the last 2 days after they flew in from spring training over in Phoenix. So now a couple of days off, a good chance to get their legs back under them.
Today, when they were stopping by the station I was at, you know, talking about different things at media day. You know, it's weird to have back-to-back days off because in spring training, they're go every single day, and that's one of the reasons why they wanted to do these exhibition games, and it just worked out perfect with having Toyota, the Red Cruisers here to have simulate game situations and, you know, game action. There's no substitute for that.
So standing in to lead things off, this is Hugh Wendell, 356 on the season, no homers, and 9 RBI. Righty on righty against his teammate Sonner, and the first pitch is a fastball low, 1-0, and first pitch is at 6:36. And you know what? The catcher is also playing for UAH.
Yes.
So this will actually be Reagan who's behind the dish. We're trying to figure this out, folks. As the next ball is hit foul at home plate, it's 1-1.
Yeah, this is, you know, back one of my previous stops with Biloxi, we played against, at that time, Jackson State and William Carey, and actually Jackson State they threw their first 2 guys against the Shuckers players, and then it was Shuckers players who pitched against each other.
Oh, the 1-1 line back to the mound, knocked down by Sonner. He'll pick it up underhanded to first in time. That'll go in the books as a 1-3, but it was not that easy. A hard line drive, and Sonner did a nice job reaching up and knocking it down. The Trash Panda players give him a bit of a wry smile as you look at the replay.
Yeah, that had some exit velocity on it. And one thing with William Carey, too, just like Alabama A&M last night, they're using wooden bats in this ball game today. How about Sonner? He gets to pitch with a AA professional defense behind him.
Yeah, as the pitch misses low, 1-0. Ben Goebel was especially gracious going out there, shaking his hand, giving him a pat on the back, letting him know, hey, we're behind you today. As the right-hander goes to the belt, and the fastball hit foul at home plate, goes to 1-1. Caleb Mahan at the plate, the designated hitter, 406 with a homer, and 24 driven in. Mahan, he's a senior out of Florence, Alabama. Went to Florence High School. He'll step out of the box for just a moment before digging back in. Well off the line at first will be Goebel. Mahan, high leg kick. And the slider going to miss outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mahan, a 3-time Gulf South Conference honor roll winner. Appeared in 17 games a season ago. The 2-1 fastball chopped near the line at third, fielding on a long hop is Cole. Long throw across the diamond is in time. 5-3 on the putout, and 2 quick outs in the first inning for Taylor Bush. Bush, 313 on the year. He's got 2 dingers and 19 driven in, as we'll look at the replay on the TV side, or the streaming side, I should say. Good play by Cole near the line.
First time seeing Harold Cole.
First pitch by Sonner. That's in for strike 0-1. By the way, your umpires, I don't want to forget them. Behind the plate calling the balls and strikes is David Tompkins. At first is Trey Ward, I should say. And at third is Bill Ward. Bill is Trey's father. How about that? As the slider is down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Meanwhile, David Tompkins, the home plate umpire, we actually know him from Birmingham. He's one of the official scorers there. Good guy. The 1-1 pitch, here it is by Sonner. Looked like a slider that swung through and missed by Bush. It will go to 1-2 and a chance for Sonner to wrap up the inning.
It's hard to really know who will win or lose this game.
How do you root for a team if you're a fan? It's just, it's so odd. Here's the 1-2. Did he go around on the check swing? Yes, he did, says David Tompkins. Slider down and away. Bush couldn't hold up. Strikeout number 1 for Sonner, and 1-2-3 go the Chargers against their teammate in the first inning. We'll go to the bottom half. It is UAH nothing. The Trash Pandas coming to bat. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live.
If you have not had dinner, or even if you have and you're looking for a little snack, you have got to get yourself a rice ball. It is chicken, rice, soy sauce, a little salt and pepper, and they are traditions of the Japanese baseball stadium. So they are 1 for $3, 2 for $5. You cannot go wrong. They're at the dumpster dive concession stand while supplies last. So go ahead and get one. They are delicious. Tell me what you think.
Absolutely fantastic. You should definitely get you one.
Go get them. Dumpster dive, concession stands. Back to you.
Bottom of the first we go, 1-2-3 when UAH in the top half, and now the Trash Pandas will come to the plate after a 45-92 record a season ago. Leading things off will be Major Leaguer Gustavo Campero. He's the designated hitter for the Trash Pandas, followed by Rowdy Rodriguez. He'll hit second and play center. Nick Rodriguez in the 3 position is at second base. Harold Cole will back clean up and play third. Ben Goebel in the 5 spot at first base. In the 6th position will be the right fielder Tucker Flint. Elijah Dunham will bat 7th and play left. David Mershon hits 8th and plays short. And your 9th place hitter is the catcher, J.J. Dorazio. As the first pitch is a fastball high and away against Jose Gonzalez, former farmhand of the Texas Rangers. 6-9 a season ago, but a 2.97 ERA.
It will actually be Reagan who will be hitting, and not Dorazio. Obviously, he can't catch and hit at the same time. So.
As the pitch is fouled off to the left, so it goes to 1-1. So Reagan will hit. Yay. We're trying, folks. Trust me.
So I'm assuming that Dorazio will hit 6 for the Chargers.
We'll figure it out as the next pitch is a strike. 1 and 2. The problem with that, and I'm not trying to be a smart aleck here, but if you're Dorazio, you're not facing a fellow AA pitcher. You're going to face a Division II guy, and that's a little different. As Gonzalez will come set the 1-2. And the pitch is swung on by Gustavo, looped out into left. That's going to dunk down for a base hit. Gustavo at first makes a wide turn. He'll put the brakes on there, as that one was just beyond the reach of a diving Wendell in shallow left field. So a single for Gustavo, who, by the way, had a .239 average in a handful of games for the Angels a season ago. Now he picks up a bloop single. He's going to be splitting time between catcher and the outfield this year. And now here's a guy to keep an eye on as we go through at least the early part of this season. Rowdy Rodriguez, what a season he had a year ago. 281, 14 homers, 83 RBI with Inland Empire. And then he was the most valuable player of the Arizona Fall League. Right. First pitch is a fastball cut through and missed by Rowdy. It's 0-1.
He was the Angels minor league player of the year. I was expecting to see him at some point last year, but he ended up finishing the season there in high A.
The set again by Gonzalez. Here's the 0-1. Fastball hit foul at home plate. Rodriguez caught that off his front foot. And it's at 0-2. I think, I don't know this for sure, but I think one of the reasons they kept him down there is Inland Empire had a nice second half. They were woeful in half number 1. Worst record in the Cali League. Then they turned things around, won the second half division title, got to the playoffs, in fact, made it to the finals before falling short. Point is, they wanted to get him some playoff experience. As Rodriguez will step out of the box, and they'll give him a moment.
By the way, for Gonzalez, first time seeing him as well, the 24-year-old. First time in the organization. He was signed back on December 13th. Been with the Rangers.
Here's the set, kick and delivery. Fastball called, strike 3, and Rodriguez knew it. Gonzalez paints the outside corner. Strikeout number 1 for him. Out number 1 in the first inning. Campero still at first, and here's Nick Rodriguez. I'm going to be interested to watch this guy as well. Now, he hit 281 at Inland Empire last year, a homer and 13 RBI. That's pretty good. His numbers at Southeast Missouri were off the charts as he slaps one deep short. Great diving stop. Wendell, he goes to second out there, and that's all they'll get. Good play by Wendell, diving to his right, backhanded play, and he gets an attaboy from Jose Gonzalez as well. A nice little cheer with the glove by Jose. 6-4 on the fielder's choice for out number 2 as Rodriguez will reach first and Campero retired.
He held on to it at second base. Wells could have potentially seen him at least trying to make a throw, but to have him get that close to even giving him a chance for a double play, incredible.
Here's Harold Cole. Right on right against Gonzalez. And the first pitch. Fastball high and tight. 1-0. Cole, 276, 9 dingers, 62 driven in a year ago. Seeing college action at both Houston and Arkansas. So he's bounced around a little bit. Open stance for him. Long wait, the 1-0. Nice breaking ball. Pulled the string on him. Fooled on the pitch was Rodriguez. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was that sinker pitch that time by Gonzalez. He also features a slider and a split finger pitch. Rodriguez, 8 of 8 in stolen bases a year ago. Leads away at first, and now a quick move over there. Bad throw, but a good play by Bush to reach behind him and reel it in. Just underway from Toyota Field, second to last exhibition of spring training. Here's the set. And the 1-1 runner will move from first. Pitch down and away, and no throw by Dorazio. So that'll be a stolen base. Did I get that right? That's Dorazio?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Stolen base for Nick Rodriguez.
I hope so.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, that's Dorazio, number 1 behind the dish. He's new to the organization, so that makes it even a little harder trying to figure out who's who. We just met these guys a few hours ago.
I think it makes it even more cool for UAH to be on the field and have as a teammate, a guy like Jose Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Pitching for you.
The 2-1 fastball fouled straight back. Boy, that was a late swing, and it almost picked off the on-deck hitter, Ben Goebel. 2-2, a chance for Gonzalez to finish the inning. The right-hander shakes off the side. Now he's ready to go. Cole will wait. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Beautiful cutter down and away. Over the top goes Cole. Strikeout number 2 for Gonzalez. And the Trash Pandas are put away in the first inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1, we're scoreless. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live. Top of the Northrop Grumman second inning, no score. Rocket City and UAH already going to see a new pitcher in there for the Chargers. This is going to be Blake Saltzman. So close the book on Ian Sonner. He tosses a shutout first inning, strikes out one of the three men he faces. So Nathan Mayfield will lead things off, 238, a couple of homers and 12 driven in. Lefty on righty as first pitch is a fastball. There's a strike. It's 0-1. Saltzman on the year, 1-0, a 6.75 ERA. This is his 11th appearance, all in relief. 9 in the third innings, 14 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The 0-1 looked like a changeup that missed down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Opponent's hitting .341 against him as the left-hander will peer back in. He's out of Meridianville, Alabama. That's about 20 minutes north of here. 1-1. Fastball high and away.
We do see J.J. Durazio in the hole, so he's going to bat third for UAH
wearing
in this inning.
Wearing a Trash Panda uniform. Here's the set, next pitch. Fastball, bounce foul up the third base line. 2-2. Be it for me to tell us how we should do this exhibition. One thing I would say, if I'm a UAH player, I'd kind of like to try my hand against a AA pitcher, just see what I got. Because a lot of these guys will never see a professional field. Here's the 2-2. And fastball well outside, 3-2 on the right-handed hitter. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday, but I remember going to spring training, watching the Braves play Georgia one year and then Georgia Tech the next. That must have been a thrill for those college players. Here's the payoff pitch. And the fastball fouled straight back to the screen. It stays at 3-2.
Sometimes people will ask, well, why can't you play an exhibition, say, against the University of Alabama or Auburn?
Yeah.
That would never happen.
Nope. Here's the set again. Payoff pitch. And the breaking ball misses outside, ball 4, so that'll be a full count walk to Mayfield. First off, Alabama and Auburn are already in the middle of conference season. They got bigger fish to fry. That's number 1. And number 2, you can do it here because for these UAH kids, they get to stay within the community and play on this field, and really for them it's a glorified practice. I wonder if that Alabama-Auburn matchup would get almost too competitive for an exhibition as the first pitch is a strike. 0-1. Braxton Griffin, 273, 1 dinger, and 13 driven in. Saltzman comes set again. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Nice little off-speed pitch that time. Fooled on the pitch was Griffin.
See these bats that UAH using. It's one of the ones, and the Angels gifted both Alabama A&M last night and UAH these bats, these wooden bats.
0-2, runner goes, pitches low, throw to second. That one's going to be not in time. As beating it with a feet first slide is Nathan Mayfield, who oddly enough did not have a stolen base on the year. And he still doesn't because these stats don't count. It'll work just the same as it goes to 1 and 2. Griffin ready to go as playing near the bag at second, the shortstop Mershon. Now he'll step away, keeping the runner close. The 1-2 in the dirt. Slider down and away. Able to stop it was Reagan. 2 balls and 2 strikes as the wind drifts out toward left field. Another beautiful night for baseball. Temperatures in the 60s. Mostly clear skies. Here's the set again, the 2-2. Fastball launched into deep left. Going back on it is Durham. On the warning track in the corner, he looks up, and that's a foul ball. Coming within an eyelash of a home run was Braxton Griffin. The ball this time of night doesn't typically carry, but that time it did. The wind helped it, and he almost got himself a home run.
Didn't have a whole lot of slicing action on it either. Kind of hugged that line a bit. These guys, of course, a guy like Dunham and Rodriguez out there in the outfield, this is their first time to navigate Toyota Field's outfield. Tucker Flynn over there in right, he knows this place pretty doggone well.
Yeah, it's his 4th season in a Rocket City uniform. As the count is at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Saltzman checks second. Long look at second. Now a sidestep delivery. And the fastball just missed inside. Count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another full moon upon us on back-to-back nights as well. Near the line at first is Goebel. The set and delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Went slider down and away. Griffin over the top of it. Strikeout number 2 for Saltzman. And out number 1 in the second inning for Ian Reagan. I beg your pardon. That's J.J. Dorazio. I'm going to get it right. I promise.
You use a pencil. I use an erasable pen.
Oh.
So, you know.
Well, you're fancy. You make the big bucks. Lefty on righty. First pitch is down and away. 1-0. As your boss, does that cough mean a little something?
Well, you know.
0-1 the count on D'Orazio. D apostrophe capital O-R-A-Z-I-O. And he swings and fouls the next pitch back. It will go to a ball and a strike. D'Orazio out of Venezuela, signed as an undrafted, as a free agent rather, in December. One of 3 catchers on this Trash Panda roster. Here's the next offering. And looked like a let-up that missed outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
For those Angels fans that might be watching the game tonight and curious about Gustavo Campero and him being back down here, he's going to kind of do both, play some outfield and catch for the Trash Pandas.
And a fastball misses high, 3-1. We talk about how minor league baseball is about development. This is what we're talking about. I mean, obviously Gus has major league experience. You may wonder, why isn't he at AAA staying sharp? It's because when you get down to this level, you want to expand your horizons. There's the set again, 3-1. Fastball high and away, ball 4. If you remember, a couple of years ago, he was the Trash Pandas bullpen catcher, only appeared in 8 games, but he busted his whatchamacallit, came back the next year when he moved to the outfield, had a terrific year. He was in the majors by the time the season was over. And now, last year, he split time between AAA and the majors.
Breaking in a new bat boy tonight. Caden Glass over there at third base, doing a great job.
And actually, we're going to get a new pitcher. So a new pitcher into the game. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and take a 1-minute break. Tell you about the new hurler right after this. No score, UAH and Rocket City. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live. Jace Meadows, the new pitcher for UAH. Before we tell you about it, let's give our station a chance to identify itself. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live. So Meadows already the third pitcher for UAH. Blake Saltzman, a third of an inning, no hits, 2 walks, a strikeout. And both men on base are his responsibility. First and second with one away for Brody Bartlett. So Meadows will check second, and the pitch is a fastball high and away, 1-0. Bartlett 238 with 7 runs driven in. Meanwhile for Meadows, 0-2 in ERA over 14. Next pitch, fastball cut through and missed as he went high and tight on his teammate. 1-1. And again, if you're joining late, UAH will pitch to their own hitters. Rocket City will pitch to their own hitters. But the defenses will be different. Here's the set again. And the 1-1. Fastball, there's a strike high in the zone that time. David Tompkins with the call. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind has died down as Rocket City playing Bartlett straight away. Check of second, 1-2. Swing and a miss. A high fastball away. Coming up empty was Bartlett. Strikeout number 1 for Meadows. Strikeout number 3 for UAH pitchers. 2 away for Eli Wells. 273 with a homer and 4 driven in. By the way, fans, our team feed was walk-ons today. Walk-ons Sports Bistro's mission is to bring people together over great food, sports, and a sense of belonging while bringing game day energy and passion to everything they do. First pitch is off the plate, 1-0. Runners will take their leads. Meadows from the belt. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Looked like a slider high and away, swung through and missed by Wells. 1-1. Well off the line at first is Goebel. At the belt is Meadows. Sidestep delivery. And another swing and a miss. Looked like a high changeup that time. Very funky delivery that time by Meadows. It's 1-2 and a chance for him to end the inning. The right-hander will look back in. Here's the set and the 1-2. Fastball called, strike 3. Painting the outside corner is Meadows, rung up as well. Strikeout number 2 for Meadows. He gets the Chargers out of the jam on back-to-back strikeouts in the second inning, or I guess the Trash Pandas out of the jam. I'm trying to figure it out, Chris.
Well,
in the Northrop Grumman second inning, no runs on no hits, no errors.
We actually got 2 items today being held by Renee right here. It is the Global Baseball Series, with tomorrow being the finale with the Red Cruisers taking on the Trash Pandas. So if you want some gear to look the part, we got our 2 items right here. First, the Global Baseball Series cap. We got limited quantities available of that, which you can get right now in the junkyard. And if you want to support the Trash Pandas with a little Japanese flair, you can grab the Trash Pandas Japanese Heritage Jersey. You might remember when we wore this last year. It is now available along with the cap as today's merchandise items of the game. If you haven't been to the junkyard, get over there. It's right by the main gates behind Section 1, where you can get all of our great merch, including today's merchandise items of the game.
Jose Gonzalez will stay out there for a second inning of work as he will face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Trash Pandas. Goebel, Flint, and Dunham all due up against the Rocket City right-hander. Gonzalez struck out 2, also allowed a single in the first inning against his teammates. And here's Ben Goebel entering his 3rd season as a Trash Panda. 268 amongst 3 Angels affiliates a year ago. And the first pitch, fastball swung, popped up right side. Diorazio gives it a look, but it's out of play, and it's 0-1. Goebel, I was about to say he finished the year at Rocket City. That wasn't true. He was called up to Salt Lake on the second to last day of the Trash Panda season. Also spent a lot of time at Tri-City. Fastball is swung and lofted into shallow right field. Coming in is Mayfield. He'll slow up and make an easy catch. Goebel flies out to right, 1 gone in the Toyota second inning for Tucker Flint.
This is going to be a team this year that's really going to kind of count on Goebel and then this guy at the plate, Tucker Flint, for some power. Flint ended up hitting 15 home runs last year for Salt Lake, and then Goebel ended up with 17 last year, which was top 5 in the organization, but a team that will be looking for that pop this year.
Tucker, strange year a year ago. Only 106 in 17 games with Rocket City last season. As the first pitch, fastball swung and skied foul to the left. It's 0-1, and then he got promoted. He went up to AAA Salt Lake, only hit .224, but like Chris mentioned, he had 15 home runs. Part of that is due to the thin air in Salt Lake and the fact it's very much a hitter's league. But still, he improved his numbers. Now he's moving back down here, trying to right the ship, if you will, as the let-up misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. I already got the ID, Chris.
I know.
I'm already on it.
I just noticed.
Mid-season form right here.
I've never worked with anyone that was as good at station IDs as you.
1-1 fastball down and in, 2-1.
Must be something about the Carey family.
We can't have the FCC on us, Chris. We already have enough problems. I feel like
you're not wrong about that.
I feel like Howard Stern, the FCC, always on me. Here's the kick in the 2-1. Fastball inside, 3 balls and a strike.
You got to limit your swearing this year.
Touche. Is that a swear word?
Yeah, I don't know.
3-1 the count on Flint. Like we said, 4th season in a Rocket City uniform. Gonzalez, next pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. Good cut by Tucker that time. It'll go to 3-2.
Saw him briefly last year, the first month of the season or so. You know, he kind of struggled, and it was a little bit of a surprise, but really just out of necessity. They needed him in AAA, and his average was not great. It was .228, but he did have those power numbers. And, of course, in that league, in AAA and the PCL, you're going to put together some power numbers.
The 3-2 fastball loped out into left center. That's going to get down for a hit. So Tucker Flint with a solid single into left. Second hit of the game for the Trash Pandas, and 1 on with 1 out for Elijah Dunham. Fans Toyota is a proud sponsor of Rocket City Trash Pandas baseball. Their mission is to attract and retain customers with high-value products and services and the most satisfying ownership experience. Their vision, to be the most successful and respected car company in America. 1 away, here's Elijah Dunham. Spent 4 seasons in the Yankee system, then did not play last season. Career .244 average with 61 homers, and the first pitch to him is a fastball through for a strike. 0-1. He was one of the better prospects in the Yankee system about 3 years ago. Just hasn't quite been able to turn the corner, if you will. Slightly open stance for him. Here's the set of the bell. Gonzalez. And the runner goes. Pitch swung on and hit foul off to the left. It goes to 0-2.
And it looks like we're going to see Josh Crouch actually hit in that number 9 spot, which would be the catching spot. So we'll not see Reagan hit against a Trash Pandas pitcher.
Which is odd because Mershon should be on deck. Am I right?
Or, I mean, well,
we'll see here in just a moment as the count is at 0-2.
My apologies. I was thinking Crouch was still 3. I just saw 3 pop up on deck. My apologies.
Fastball hit foul off to the left. It stays at 0-2. See, it's spring training for Chris as well.
I mean, he was 3 all last year, so I saw 3 and I was like, oh, there's Josh Crouch. He's wearing number 15 this year.
Count's going to stay.
Number 9, excuse me.
Count's going to stay at 0-2. Dunham, he'll stand back in. Gonzalez. Next pitch. And it looked like a slider that sailed outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dunham, if you remember Eric Wagaman from a couple of years ago, this is kind of the same make that Wagaman was, except a left-handed hitter. Journeyman guy who's been around the block a little bit, came from the Yankee system. Still has the goods to get to the show one day. Here's the 1-2. Runner gloves from first, pitches low, and they don't throw back as Flint will trot back to first. I think DeRazio may have had a play over there. 2-2 the count.
Dunham had some power numbers. He has 61 home runs over the course of his career. Got to Somerset.
He can also
Scranton briefly, AAA.
He can also run a little bit. Next pitch. Fastball hit foul back to the screen. Going to stay at 2-2. 119 stolen bases for his career, so he can do a little bit of everything.
That's crazy. You look at he was drafted in 2019. That was the last year of the 40-round draft. He was a 40th round pick of the Pirates. actually, initially. Then didn't sign, went to Indiana.
2-2, ball in the dirt. Runner goes, throw down to second is going to be not in time. Is able to dive in feet first was Flint. It was Wendell over there to cover. I'm not sure if he got a great jump getting over there to cover the bag. Good, strong throw by DeRazio, but a stolen base for Flint. Yeah, he got there just in time to retrieve that throw. So the count will run to 3-2 as Dunham will stand back in. Little bit of room on the left side as playing near the line at third is Bartlett. Gonzalez working hard here in this second inning. Next pitch. Fastball rolled right side, ranging to his left into the shallow right field grass as Wells. He'll fire on to first in time to get Dunham for 3, and moving second to third is Flint. That was a nice play by Wells. 2 away for David Mershon. I'm excited to see David this season. If you remember last year, the numbers weren't that great, 182, but he was battling injury, number one. And even though he was struggling at the plate, he found a way to get on base. He was just a pest in the lineup for opposing pitchers, righty on lefty. First offering. Fastball strike 0-1, and still was 27 of 31 in the stolen base department.
Led the Southern League in walks. Third in stolen bases from August 1st to the rest of the season.
Here's the set by Gonzalez. The 0-1 delivery. Fastball hit foul straight back out of the stadium. It's 0-2 and a chance for Gonzalez to finish the inning.
A 12-game on-base streak at one point, June to July. Of course, he went to the Arizona Fall League, too. Played in 20 games, got some more ABs. Did 230. Homer, 8 RBIs.
Gonzalez from the belt. Here's the 0-2. That looked like a slider that missed down and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I mean, the ultimate dirtbag at Mississippi State, David Mershon.
Yeah, he was roundly criticized for that. He's a South Carolina kid, but they couldn't keep him in the Palmetto State. From the belt, Gonzalez. High leg kick, the 1-2. And the pitch tapped softly up the first base line. Gonzalez gets to it, underhand toss just in time to get the speedy Mershon. Good play by Gonzalez, 1-3 on the putout, and the side is retired. For the Trash Pandas, yeah, that's the Trash Pandas. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. At the end of the Toyota second inning, it is scoreless, Rocket City and UAH. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live.
All right, I've got Austin here with me right there. I got Peyton. We're going to do the ring around race. It's going to be their job to get into each inner tube, pull it up one after another until they have all 4 around their waist, and then whoever can go through the finish line first will be the winner. You guys ready? Peyton, you ready over there? All right, here we go. She's cool and calm. On your marks, get set, go! And Austin's off. Peyton's off as well. Peyton got a slight lead. They've got 3 rings, but this is where it gets difficult. Austin, you got to be in the tube, buddy. You got to be in it. And then you got to walk. Oh, if only that growth spurt would have hit a little earlier. Wait, he's got all the feet in. Will he get across? He's done it. Peyton, can you move? Ah, well, you know what? Give it up for Peyton, too. She left it all on the field, folks. Here are today's contestants for the ring around.
We go to the top of the Beds Express third inning, and due up for the Chargers, it's going to be their 9-1-2 hitters, Upton, Wendell, and Mahan, against Jace Meadows, who came in and got the final 2 outs of the second inning on back-to-back strikeouts. And again, and it bears repeating, Rocket City is in the field. However, it's going to be UAH pitchers pitching to UAH hitters and catchers, and the same will work in reverse as we meander our way through this exhibition contest. So Upton to lead things off, 318, 1 home run, 6 driven in. First pitch on the way. There's a fastball inside, 1-0. You were busy today. Did you get everything done?
You know, this time of year, man, you could work 24 hours and not get everything done.
The 1-0 dribbled foul on a pitch up the first baseline. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's so funny. We always look forward as baseball people to the start of the season, and yet that last week leading into the first game just never ends.
I think a lot of it has to do with you don't really know who's coming until a few days before. And
here's the 1-1. A let up that time, missed low and in. 2 balls and 1 strike.
This Global Baseball Series, it's a great thing. It also, I mean, and I credit Morris Morioka.
2-1 fastball down and in, 3-1.
Obviously, but you know, for everybody, it's a logistics challenge. You know, working with a team from Japan, working with Alabama A&M, working with UAH, staffing exhibition games. This is the first time that the Trash Pandas have hosted preseason games like this.
The 3-1, a fastball over the outside corner, as painting that corner is Meadows, 3-2. And of course, just last week at this time, we had the Crimson Tide in here, so it's just been a lot of stuff at once. 3-2 on Upton. Payoff pitch. Fastball going to miss inside. That'll be ball 4. So an inauspicious start to the 3rd inning as Meadows walks Upton. Walk number 1 for Jace Meadows, and walk number 3 by Trash Panda / Chargers pitching.
And a lot of cool new things this year here at the ballpark, and of course everybody will look to the building in left field, but you know, we've got a brand new kid zone that's free this year. We're introducing a new Trash Pandas rewards app as well.
Here's Hugh Wendell, who lined a comebacker to the mound his first time, and he'll take a fastball over the outer half. 0-1 to Wendell. Actually, you folks saw a couple of those construction workers beyond the left center field wall. That new structure, it's slated to be done sometime this summer. Here's the 0-1. And the breaking ball misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. And I can't bear repeating this enough. Why are we building it? Because the clubhouse we originally had for visiting teams was not cohesive to the new standards set by Major League Baseball, which was made back in 2020. Fastball grounded, right side of second, up with it. Mershon, he'll go to second out there. Relay to first in time for the double play. I beg your pardon, it was Rodriguez to Mershon over to Goebel. 4-6-3 on the twin killing. And 2 out, no one on base for Caleb Mahan, pitcher's best friend for Meadows.
Nice to see the teammates up the middle, the duo there with Nick Rodriguez and David Mershon. Both had stellar college careers, and both are very slick.
We're going to get a new pitcher as Meadows apparently reached his pitch count. Boy, that must be a good feeling, though, have a couple of double-A guys playing behind you, starting that double play. So Meadows will end his night. He will go an inning and a 3rd, allowed no hits, no runs. He walked 1, and he struck out 2. By the way, Blake Saltzman, a 3rd of an inning, scoreless, no hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout, and we'll keep it right here. As the new pitcher, this is going to be number 27. I don't think number 27 is listed for them, at least not in the stats. On the roster, it's Landon Broadway. So Landon Broadway. He'll become the new pitcher. But as I wanted to finish this point, that new structure we're building had to be built to adhere to the new standards set by Major League Baseball. Now, with all that being said, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, you just did it for female changing rooms. Well, that's part of it. That's going to go out there as well. But that was actually the smaller portion of it. The bigger portion was we had to get a new clubhouse to make MLB happy.
You can arguably say that the Chattanooga Lookouts had to build, what you can say, they had to build a new stadium. in order to keep their franchise. And, of course, they'll open up a brand-new ballpark this year in Chattanooga because they were truly landlocked. And if you remember, the initial teams in 2020 that were going to be cut, the Chattanooga Lookouts were on there. And, of course, this team began in 2020, a season that did not happen. But, unfortunately, those standards when MLB took over changed, and it not only inconvenienced the Trash Pandas, but a whole heck of a lot of other minor league teams, too.
The fastball misses high. As for Lance Broadway, unless the stats are off, this is his first appearance of the season. Pitch misses high, 1-0 to Mahan, who rolled the third his first time. Lefty on righty, next pitch. Fastball looped down into left field. That's going to sink down for a hit. So Mahan with his first hit of the ball game, and that'll be hit number 1 for the Chargers. And 1 on with 2 out for Taylor Bush. But that's something I've been trying to coach people on is there's a reason why that structure was put out there. It's not worthless. There's a point to it, and it is out there. And, again, it should be done hopefully in June or July. So 1 on with 2 away. Here's Taylor Bush, a strikeout victim his first time. Lefty on righty matchup, first pitch. Did he go around? Doesn't matter. The fastball called a strike. It's 0-1.
For you guys watching, guys and gals, you'll see the Toyota Red Cruisers and the Trash Pandas tomorrow night. It's going to be a straight-up game. There's not going to be any pitching for another team tomorrow night.
A swing and a miss. A fastball away and a very late swing that time by Bush. As we'll go to 0-2.
Red Cruisers in town all week.
Broadway out of Grant, Alabama. From the letters, the 0-2. Fastball high and away. And it's at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mahan away at first. Here's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball high and away. It was Bush who tipped it into the mid of Regan, and the inning is over. Strikeout number 1 for Broadway. In the third inning for the Chargers, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Bottom of the Beds Express third inning on its way. No score, UAH and Rocket City. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live. We move to the bottom of the Beds Express third inning. No score. UAH and Rocket City due up for the... This is the Trash Pandas, but this is Ian Reagan, the catcher for UAH, who's hitting, because he has to catch his own pitcher when the team's reverse. So this is Reagan at the plate, and he'll take a fastball for a strike. 0-1. I'll get you his stats here in just a second. Gonzalez has given up 2 hits in 2 innings so far. Reagan, 284, a homer, and 14 driven in. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, a strike. It goes 0-2. So even though he's wearing a Chargers uni, he's technically playing for the Trash Pandas.
Sure.
And Gonzalez, who's wearing a Trash Pandas uni, is really playing for UAH. I mean, NIL and all. Next offering, a slider down and away, 1-2.
He smiled after that last pitch. The one before that. Yeah.
Oh, this will be one for the memory bank. The kick and delivery. Fastball swung on and skied to center. Easy play for Upton. Drifting to his left several strides. He's under it, makes the catch. And there's one away. Fans, again, this is the Beds Express third inning. Do you feel tired and drained in the morning? A better day starts with better sleep. Visit your locally owned and operated Beds Express today and let their sleep experts find the perfect sleep set for you. Beds Express, where dreams begin.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to that tonight, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. One away for Gus Campero, who looped a single into left his first time up. Righty on lefty. Here's the first pitch. Fastball high and away, 1-0. Here's the good news for a guy like Jose. Let's just say pro ball doesn't work out. If he has any college eligibility left, he's already auditioning for UAH.
Sure. You know?
Pull off a Bediako situation. Next offering. Fastball right through there. It goes to a ball and a strike.
Maybe exchange information after the game.
Yeah, you never know. Here's my card. Here's your card. Give my agent a ring or two. 1-1. Fastball, there's a strike, 1-2. Just kidding. We know how sensitive some of you college sports fans are. 1-2 to Gus Campero. Gonzalez rocks back, and the 1-2. Called strike 3. Took something off. That looked like the split finger pitch as rung up as Campero. That'll be strikeout number 3 for Gonzalez.
What?
I was just going to say 2 outs in the third inning. Go ahead, sir.
I want to see this pitch one more time. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, look at that.
Beautiful.
That's a splitter. Of course, we don't have the Hawkeye data on it, but not a lot of spin on that pitch, and it's in the mid to upper 80s.
First pitch to Rowdy Rodriguez is swung and fouled straight back. 0-1 to him. It's a pretty nasty-looking delivery.
The last few years, I don't know if it's just the analytics or the data you get, but so many more guys are throwing splitters instead of changeups.
The kick, next pitch. Fastball cut through and missed. It goes to 1-2, and I'm a little surprised by that. The purpose of the changeup is to change speeds. Now, the split finger works the same way, but it tends to dive down. Changeup you can do anything with.
I was talking with Luke Murphy, Trash Pandas reliever, today about his new splinker.
There's the 0-2. Fastball tip foul. Unable to hang on is DeRazio.
He was showing me holds it like your two-seam fastball, but you spread those fingers out a little bit. He says he throws it 91 to 94 with about 1,400 as your spin rate, which is just pure filth.
I can get it to about 40. Here's the set in the 0-2.
On a good day.
There was that split finger again. That time it's in the dirt, 1-2. At least that's what the radar gun says at the fair whenever I try to win one of those big fluffy animals.
Six Flags or...
Yeah. Gonzalez trying to wrap up the third inning. And the fastball going to miss outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are scoreless from Toyota Field. Jose back on the rubber. Here's the 2-2 on its way, and the fastball high and tight again. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitter.
He hasn't walked the batter so far. A little regroup. I really liked, first time, of course, meeting Gonzalez today. Really has a lot of good energy. Really a high, good personality and moving around. And he was excited about giving Matt Mitchie his walkout song, too, because he was pitching tonight.
He's thrown a lot of pitches, though. I'm not sure what the count is. As he'll look back in, and the payoff pitch. Fastball drilled deep down the right field line, but it's going to tail foul onto the berm and stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's a young fan coming away with it.
Where's it from?
He is from Coleman, Alabama. As the next pitch is a fastball. It's inside, ball 4. DeRazio can't believe it. He was going to throw to first as he jogged off the field, but the home plate umpire, David Tompkins, says it was inside. I'd like to look at that one again. Jose Gonzalez with a wry smile as well. Here's that last pitch.
The ABS system would have reversed that.
Yep. That's going to be walk number 1. And here's Nick Rodriguez, right on left. And the fastball inside as it went off the mid of DeRazio. It's 1-0. Didn't get a chance to really talk about this guy this last time up, but his numbers at Southeast Missouri were off the charts. Now, I know you're going to say, well, wait, that's the Missouri Valley. Come on. But still, we'll tell you a little bit more about that as we get into the season. Here's the 1-0. Fastball, a strike. Going to even at 1-1. But the fact that he was able to transfer that over to low A ball in Inland Empire toward the end of last season shows you they think this guy has something. It's a slightly open stance, the bat at his shoulder. Next pitch. And a breaking ball swung through and missed, down and away. It's 1-2. You look at his stance, Rodriguez, and he keeps the knob of the bat kind of perpendicular to his shoulder. It's almost like he's bending the wrist before he comes through with the swing. I'm not quite sure how he gets around, but he finds a way to do it. From the belt. The 1-2 on his way. Runner will go. Pitch grounded off the mound. Going to carry him toward first. Fielded. They don't have a play anywhere. Ooh, that caught a piece of Gonzalez. And let's see if he's okay. That was a hard ground ball back through the middle, and well, everyone's jogging off the field.
They're just going to end the inning there.
They are.
Roll the inning. Yep.
Okay, so they'll roll the inning right here. It will go in the books as a hit, but the inning will end right here, and we will head to the 4th inning, and let's hope Jose Gonzalez is okay. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. At the end of 3, no score. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live. We go to the Northrop Grumman 4th inning, no score. Rocket City and UAH. Here to give you the play-by-play is Chris Harris.
Thanks, Josh. As we make our way to the 4th inning, and new pitcher for UAH taking over as the first pitch is fouled straight back and out of play. This is Zach Murphy who takes over. He faces off against his teammate Nathan Mayfield. Here's a look at that comebacker if you're watching on YouTube. Off the leg of Gonzalez, and they decide, if you're wondering, well, they didn't get the 3rd out that inning. You even see it a lot in the minor league spring games on the backfields. You get sometimes 4 outs in the inning, or somebody reaches their pitch count. That time, he got dinged up there. Might as well just end the inning there, and the Trash Pandas will have a new pitcher when we go to the bottom of the inning.
For what it's worth, Gonzalez was able to make it off the field under his own power, so hopefully it'll be just a bruise.
Lefty fires, and the pitch is grounded sharply foul down the first base line.
So Broadway goes a third of an inning, a hit, no runs, no walks, and a punchy.
C.J. Carson, by the way, that is sitting for UAH, a left-handed hitter. This is why you have trouble scoring one of these type games. I expect by the 6th inning probably not to even be scoring the game, but
well, let's mention this as well. We were told this would be a 9-inning game, but that is always, I guess, flexible as well, as UAH has to save their pitching too.
3-2 on the sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina. Fastball is high, and that's ball 4, so Murphy will issue a walk to his teammate Carson. 4th walk by UAH pitching. The Chargers of UAH, as the batter will be Braxton Griffin. First offering swung on and missed. Making sure. Yep.
Actually, it's
this is Cross Crisopio. Yep. I didn't think that was Griffin. So he will bat as the count goes to even 1 ball and 1 strike. Figured everybody would get an opportunity for UAH. On deck is J.J. DeRazio of the Trash Pandas. He will hit next. Here's a 1-1 now. Fastball way high. Snap though down to first. Good pick over there by Ben Goebel. Trash Pandas will take on the Toyota Red Cruisers here tomorrow night, 6:35. Kind of the feature. What is the feature game of this global baseball series? There'll be a ceremonial cherry blossom planting out front, which will signify this global baseball series and the relationship between the Trash Pandas, Toyota, and United States and Japan. So if you want to arrive early and gather over there kind of outside the junkyard, I'm sure you'll be able to see that ceremony, as we'll have some executives here from Toyota, as well, of course, with the Trash Pandas.
Cherry Blossoms, were they a big 90s band?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No, it's something Blossoms.
Popped up right side in foul territory in the coach's box. Goebel makes the catch, and Sopio is retired. The pop out, so 1-on-1 out. Here comes J.J. DeRazio, who will face off against a UAH pitcher here.
The Gin Blossoms, that's who it was. Gin Blossoms.
Let's take a look at this pop out in foul territory. Very versatile Ben Goebel. The Cherry Blossom, of course, last year our special Japanese Heritage Night jerseys had those cherry blossoms on them. Deep cultural meaning symbolizing renewal, hope, and the fleeting beauty of life, known as Sakura. Represent new beginnings each spring while serving as a reminder to appreciate moments as they come and go.
It's deep.
Yep. 1-0 pitch. It's high. It's 2-0 on DeRazio.
If DeRazio were to have a bad at-bat here, do you think the head coach for UAH, Hunter Royer, would give him a little talking to?
I doubt it.
Since it's technically his player?
I think he will take his chances.
Okay.
2-0. That one at the bottom of the strike zone. Called to strike. DeRazio signed as a free agent back on December 15th with the Angels. Reached as high as Double-A Amarillo with the Houston Astros organization. Or excuse me, the Diamondbacks organization. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Got my Texas Double-A teams mixed up in my head.
Corpus is their Double-A. Astros, I mean.
3-1 the count on DeRazio. He was originally with the Toronto Blue Jays organization. Had long hair for a lot of his life. Cut it back in 2024. 3-1 pitch, high and tight for a ball, and he walked him. So 2 on with 1 out, and that'll bring in Brody Bartlett. That's the one thing you just you hate here is we're going to have a mid-inning pitching change, it looks like. Is seeing the walks. Yep. So 1/3 of an inning for Zach Murphy.
Well, if you haven't noticed, it's kind of every 3 batters is when they're going to make a change. So it's just the way it works tonight.
This is number 30, and this is Cam Gentle, native of Guntersville, Alabama, 6'2", 180 pounds, a freshman, as he will take over for UAH. Make sure to join us. Tomorrow night's going to be really, really special. It really is going to have a World Baseball Classic almost feel. Before the game, we're going to have the Japanese flag, the American flag, both national anthems. So if you want to see something really cool, especially if you're a big baseball fan, join us tomorrow night, 6:35 first pitch, 5:30 gates will open. Then on Friday night is our home opener against the Biloxi Shuckers. All the pomp and circumstances around opening night. Postgame fireworks after the ball game. Saturday night is our Eras night. This is a night that Josh has been looking forward to since it was announced back in January.
You know, I tried to go to a Taylor Swift concert one time and I got kicked out.
Why?
Because they knew I was trouble when I walked in.
Oh, that's good. That's good, man. But it is our Eras night, and it will be a salute to the one and only Taylor Swift, but a very special guest will be in attendance on Saturday as well. Her lead guitarist and backup vocalist will be here as well to sign autographs and even play a pregame concert. His name is Paul Sidoti, and you see him in tons and tons and tons of pictures of Taylor Swift. So her lead guitarist will be here on Saturday. So if you're a Swiftie, make your plans to be here, plus postgame fireworks on Saturday as well. First pitch down and away is a ball to Seth Staggs, who will hit for Brody Bartlett.
Then we're going to have a special 105 start on Sunday for Easter.
Easter egg hunt after the game. Ground ball towards third. Might be 2. Start it. Second for 1 over to first, a double play. Cole Rodriguez Goebel. 5-4-3 on the Twin Killing. Nice job by the new pitcher, which was Cam Gentle. And that sends us now to the bottom half of the inning as we go to the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, 2 left, or rather 1 left on base. No score, UAH and the Trash Pandas. As you listen to Trash Pandas baseball right here from Toyota Field.
On the Trash Pandas Network, there you go.
Spring training for us as the Trash Pandas will make a pitching change in this exhibition game. That's right-hander Roman Fansalker who takes over on the hill as he will relieve Jose Gonzalez, who went 2 2/3 officially. No runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts, even though he made it through the 3rd inning. 27-year-old right-hander from Edmond, Oklahoma. Played his college ball at Oklahoma State, 7th-round pick in 2022 by the Angels, and he'll be facing off against Harold Cole. Lead things off here.
I remember seeing this guy toward the end of the year last season. Fansalker, I mean, has good stuff, just has to get a hold of his command.
Cole followed by Goebel and Flint as the Trash Pandas facing off against Trash Pandas here tonight. No runs so far. Neither team can score on their teammates. Cole so far against Gonzalez, he struck out back in that 2nd inning. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball left side. Sliding over is the 3rd baseman. Kicks off his glove, and that'll be an error.
I hope, because it should be.
By the way, playing 3rd base, that is Staggs now, who's playing 3rd base for UAH. And here's Ben Goebel. So Cole is aboard after the E5. And Goebel struck out against Gonzalez in the 2nd inning. Fansalker, numbers last year for Roman, made his way up to Double-A, 12 appearances, no record, a 6.08 earned run average, pitched 13 1/3 innings, gave up 9 earned runs, walked 13, struck out 11. Had 12 appearances with High A Tri-City as well. This one popped up, Major League pop-up into shallow left center field. Wendell is out on the grass, dancing with it, and catches in the palm of his glove out there. The pop out is the first out of the inning.
Fans, this is the Northrop Grumman 4th inning, and the mission at Northrop Grumman is to be at the forefront of technology and innovation, delivering superior capability in tandem with maximized cost efficiencies. The security solutions they provide help secure freedoms for our nation as well as those of our allies.
Here's Tucker Flint. Fansalker, that high set. Runner takes off, a delayed steal, and that's going to be successful for Cole. And he'll take 2nd base with the stolen base.
And that's something we'll probably see a lot of from Harold this season. 29 steals a year ago and 33 opportunities, so he's a good one.
1-0 on Tucker. Takes it outside that time from Fansalker. Pitch mix for Roman. Features that sinker, slider, and a cutter. Uses that fastball, the sinking fastball. That's his fastball, the sinker. 2-0 is at the knees for a called strike on Flint. Mentioned Flint started with the Trash Pandas, 16 games, then got called up to AAA Salt Lake, where he had 224 the rest of the year, 15 home runs, 59 RBIs for the Bees last year. Pitch by Fansalker, a slider in there for a called strike. Tucker from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, former 13th round pick in 2022 out of the baseball factory of Chipola College down in Florida.
No kidding. They've signed some good ones.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Flint. Slider in, takes it, and it's a full count. It's in Marianna, Florida, is where Chipola is.
Right outside Tallahassee, if I'm not mistaken.
Flint spent parts of 3 seasons in Rocket City and already in some of the franchise all-time leader categories. First in walks, 147 walks. Second in games played, 260. Also runs with 132 and hits at 210. Doubles 43, triples 7, homers 31. RBIs 128. 3-2 payoff now to Flint. And he takes it low and outside. So that's ball 4. First walk for Fansalker. And that'll bring in Elijah Dunham, the left fielder.
By the way, some of the alumni from Chipola, Jose Bautista, Patrick Corbin,
Oh, yeah.
Russell Martin, Adam Duvall, former Brave Tyler Flowers, I should say. And here's one, a name we know very well. How about Cam Collier?
Okay.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. First pitch, a slider in there for a strike to Dunham. Yankees farmhand did play in the Puerto Rican Winter League this past off season. Got released by the Yankees and did not play last year in professional baseball. 0-1 pitch, a ball. Runner at second base out there, that's Cole. Had a great year last year for Inland Empire. Played 117 games. You mentioned the stolen bases. Drove in 62 runs. Making the jump to Double-A. 1-1. Slider again that sails high. A lot of times in these preseason outings like this, sometimes as a pitcher you want to just kind of work on something. You're facing guys that you know, and for the most part, they know you.
You know what's one thing spring training doesn't have anymore that I really miss?
What's that?
I'll tell you after this pitch.
2-1 pitch on the way to Dunham. Off speed again. That one tad inside.
Those games were so laid back. A pitcher would go, say, the first 2 innings, and then he would go to the outfield and run wind sprints along the warning track as the game went on. They don't do that anymore.
We're seeing those old Braves. Since you got Greg Maddox jogging in the outfield after a start. 3-1. Runner's off, and it's fouled straight back. Count runs full now, 3-2.
I suppose they don't want outfielders and pitchers colliding on anything in the gap, but that was one of those things that made just spring training kind of nice. Just reminded you that, hey, that we're not taking this too seriously.
Full count, 3-2 on Dunham. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Run out of third base. The throw is there, and the tag. Did he call him out?
I
didn't even see a call over there from Bill Ward. I guess not. I guess he's safe. So it goes down as a strikeout and a double steal for Cole and Flint. So second and third. I believe that's the first runner that's gotten to third base tonight. And Rashawn with an RBI opportunity. First strikeout for Fansalker.
You know, it's weird. I was looking here toward home plate. It looked like David Tompkins rung him up, even though that's not his call. But no signal from Bill Ward.
First to Rashawn, a swing and a miss over that good slider. Get a chance to see the catcher for UAH next, Reagan. At least someone from UAH, if it's still him in the ball game. 0-1 pitch to Rashawn, another slider in. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Good to be working with our good friend Jeffrey Scarborough again.
Big Jeff.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Certainly a legend.
2-1 on Rashawn. Mississippi State Bulldog.
Talking about Rashawn, not Scarborough.
Oh, true. Congratulations to David. In the offseason, he and his wife, Elise, welcomed their first child. I don't want to say it wrong. Laura Lee, I think is her name. Laura Lee Mary. That was back on September 22nd last year.
I remember seeing her toward the end of the season with David, and yeah, she was well on her way there with Laura Lee.
First team all SEC selection when he was a Diamond Dog. 3-1. Popped him up off the end of the bat. Shallow left field going out is Wendell. He'll make that catch for the third out. Side retired in the inning. A lot of stuff happened, but no runs comes across. No runs, no hits. There was an error, a walk, and 2 men left on base. Fifth inning coming up. Still no score in this inter-squad / exhibition with UAH and Rocket City. This is the Trash Pandas Baseball Network and Valley Live. Back here inside beautiful Toyota Field in Madison, Alabama. Happy to have you with us on radio and via YouTube as we go along here tonight. Leading things off here, this is Eli Wells, who will step in first. He is one of the starters, struck out his first time up. And another new pitcher for UAH. This is Matthew Kilby, who takes over. So Kilby is a new pitcher as that pitch is fouled straight back and off the netting.
So we're in the 5th inning, and this is already their 7th pitcher. And yet they haven't given up any runs.
I've got 6, so I missed somebody or didn't write them down. 1-1 pitch.
Tell what, I'll give them to you. Sonner, Saltzman,
Yep.
Meadows,
Yep.
Broadway,
Yep.
Murphy,
Yep.
Cam Gentle.
Gentle and then Kilby.
That should be 7.
4, 5. Yep, you're right.
Of course I am.
Yep. 2 balls and a strike on Wells. Next, a check swing. And I guess he went around as our home plate umpire, David Tompkins, says he went around. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Wells, the freshman from Franklin, Tennessee. Right there in the Nashville area, suburb. The pitch jammed and popped up back off the net. Against their own pitchers, using wooden bats, UAH has 1 hit. No runs on 1 hit. Trash Pandas against their pitchers tonight, no runs on 2 hits. It's like a game within a game. Slow roller foul down that third base line.
By the way, there's head coach Hunter Royer making that play over there. If you're wondering, will he run out of pitchers? Well, this is his 2nd pitcher to make his debut here tonight.
First outing of the year.
So he can throw the kitchen sink at this thing.
Kilby's next is going to hit him. So Wells will be hit by the pitch. And he'll go on at first base for the number 9 spot. And this will be number 32, Trey Greenwell. Will bat in this number 9 spot. Well, the runner on at first base, nobody out. And the pitch in there for a strike. OU station ID. This is Trash Pandas Baseball, the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network in Valley Live. Snap throw down to first base on a pitch that was down and away, and back in diving safely is Wells. Nice arm that time. Behind the dish by Reagan. On a strike on Greenwell as he swings and misses.
Here's a look at that snap throw. Close.
Greenwell in the season, he's played in 10 games for UAH, .313. 1 double, no homers, 1 RBI. Here's a swing and a fly ball hit well deep towards left center field, towards the gap, over on the move, and making a great catch out there is Dunham. And hanging on there at first base will be Wells, but Dunham covering a lot of ground out there, runs down that catch.
Tell you what, the way that ball was tailing away, I thought this was headed for the gap, but Dunham, remember, he can run a little bit. He was able to chase it down in left center. That's the same Dunham who has 119 career stolen bases, and you see why right there. By the way, Chris, just one other thing to mention. I think we missed a couple of defensive changes for UAH. Unless I'm wrong, Carson is now in right, Cassiopo is in left.
Runner goes, pitch fouled, out of play on this first base side. This is Hugh Wendell, who has stayed in the ball game its entirety so far. Wendell the shortstop.
And my guess is Greenwell will take over in center for Upton.
Junior from Rainbow City, Alabama. Throws him an off-speed pitch that is inside and low. A little different tonight than it was last night. Kind of figured it would be a more low-scoring type of a outing. Snap throw down to first base again. And again, diving back in safely as Wells. One out in the inning. This is the top of the 5th with UAH. And Kilby pitching against his own team with the Trash Pandas out there defensively behind him. Softly a ground ball towards short. Mershon will go to first with it. A high throw will pull Goebel off the bag. And everybody's safe as Mershon commits the error. So an E6, and now first and second with 1 out.
He got the throw there in time. This one just sailed on him. Reared back and had a little too much mustard on it. Good play by Goebel to climb the ladder and reel it in.
We're going to have another pitching change. We may take a break here. As Jeff, if you don't mind, fire up a 1-minute break here. Pitching change for UAH. This is Trash Pandas Baseball, the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network in Valley Live. Caleb Mahan will be the batter for the Chargers. After another pitching change, this will be, yes, the number 8 pitcher used tonight by UAH against their own hitters. Trash Panda pitchers pitching to Trash Panda batters. UAH pitchers pitching to UAH batters. As the first offering's outside for a ball. New pitcher Brendan Bryant, native of Auburn. Went to Auburn High School, 6'3", 190 pounds, a redshirt sophomore. Left-handed pitcher. Misses again, 2 balls and no strikes. Great to have the Chargers over this global baseball series that began last night with the Trash Pandas taking on, or excuse me, the Toyota Red Cruisers taking on Alabama A&M. Another pitch that misses that time. It's high, and it's 3-0 to Caleb Mahan. Mahan with his third at bat. He's 1 for 2, single back in the third inning. Senior from Florence, Alabama is Mahan. 3-0. And that one's outside, and it's ball 4. So a walk is issued, and that's going to load the bases up now for UAH as Mahan is aboard at first base. So you have Wells, who was hit by a pitch at third, Wendell at second, and Mahan at first, as that first offering in there for a strike. And a Trash Pandas defensive error. It's kind of extended this frame. Our scoring opportunity for UAH here. Here's an 0-1 pitch on the way, and it's inside a ball. Brendan Bryant, the new pitcher for the Chargers. Bryant on the year. This, of course, this is an exhibition game. Doesn't count towards their numbers, but Bryant, this will be his second appearance. Only pitched 1 inning on the year. It was a clean inning. No runs, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts, no hits, no wild pitches, nothing. 2-1 pitch is fouled back and over us here on the first base side. 2-2 now. Of course, this game tonight, tomorrow night, the Toyota Red Cruisers, the Industrial League team from the Toyota Manufacturing Company in Japan. Red Cruisers will be taking on the Trash Pandas tomorrow night. 3-2 on Nick Youngblood, who's actually at the plate. I said this was Mahan. This is Youngblood, who is batting. Pitch is low, and that's ball 4, and that's going to walk in a run. Actually, no, they're going to take the walk, and then that's going to end the inning. So a walk will end the 5th inning, and they're just going to roll the inning. So a walk stops it. So that will end the 5th with a base on balls, as we will head now to the bottom half of the 5th. If you want to know a score, it says 0-0 on the scoreboard, but we're just having a friendly little day of a scrimmage out here at Toyota Field. We go to the bottom of the 5th. This is Trash Pandas Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Live. Kenyon Yovan will take over on the mound for the Trash Pandas, and he'll be facing off against a UAH Charger as Kenyon Yovan takes over after one inning from Roman Fansalker. First offering from Kenyon down and in the dirt for a ball. Ian Reagan, the junior from Ottawa, Tennessee, as he takes a ball low from Kenyon Yovan. We have the catchers for each team hitting for the other team because they're in the field and can't obviously catch their own pitcher and hit at the same time. As the 1-0 pitch is high, 2 balls, no strikes from Yovan to Reagan.
2 questions. You know where Ottawa is?
Oh, absolutely. East Tennessee there, close to Knoxville. Kinda.
Suburb of Chattanooga is what I was looking for.
Okay.
You know who is from there?
Ottawa.
Mark Teixeira.
Okay.
So
Isn't he like a congressman in Texas now?
he's trying to do something with politics.
I thought he won like a state senate race or something in Texas. Former Texas Ranger.
That's right.
2-1 pitch, fouled straight back and out of play.
In fact, that's where he really established his career. Had a cup of coffee in Atlanta and then had that long run with the Yankees.
Reagan put the ball in play against Jose Gonzalez back in the 3rd inning. Rounds 1 foul. What? He's the one UAH Charger that's getting a chance to hit against a Trash Pandas pitcher. He flied to center in that first at bat against Gonzalez, who went 2 2/3 innings. No runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Fansalker 1 inning. As Yovan kicks and fires, and a slider is outside.
So I went down to get myself a Gatorade, got you a water.
You did.
What did Mahan do for the Chargers?
So we rolled another inning.
Oh.
And ended with a back-to-back walks with Brendan Bryant on the hill as this ball popped out into shallow right field. The second baseman's there and makes the catch.
So one of those was with the bases loaded, am I correct?
Yes, the bases loaded walk.
So that should bring in a run and make it a 1-0 game.
Well, theoretically speaking, I suppose, but he never did touch home plate.
I am going to say it's 1-0 for the sake that we have a winner in this thing.
Yovan deals a strike to Gustavo Campero.
Actually, I'll tell you about my worst broadcast experience after this pitch.
Here's an 0-1 pitch on the way to Campero. And a slider's high that time to him.
2016, my first year with Hudson Valley, we're hosting the All-Star game. And this is rookie league ball, so they're, all the guys there are on a pitch count.
Sure.
But I didn't know that they rolled innings in the All-Star game. Well,
slider there, that's a beauty. That time from Kenyon, and he gets a swing and a miss.
One of our pitchers, one of Hudson's Valley pitchers who had a great season up to that point, just walked the ballpark. And suddenly I look down at my scorebook, and I look up, and with 1 out and the bases loaded, everyone just jogs off the field. I had no idea what was going on.
1-2 offering a fastball, and that's a called third strike. Anthony's on Campero. And so the pop out. And Campero is now 1 for 3, a couple of strikeouts, and a single back in the first. Going to look at that nice fastball from Kenyon.
Point is, that happened twice, and by about the 6th or 7th inning, I had given up on my score sheet and the game as a whole.
I would like to, kind of, but I'm somehow still here.
You're a warrior, a gladiator.
Well, here's a swing and a ball drilled out towards center by Rowdy Rodriguez. That one is off the wall. Karams. And heads into center field. Karams off the wall. Rodriguez running around second base. He'll end up at third and have himself a triple. That ball was scorched off the bat of Rowdy Rodriguez. Thought it might leave the yard there for a second, but he'll settle for 3 bags. And this kid, he's something special.
He is, and I'll tell you, that ball was hit very hard and very well, but I thought it was going to die maybe 1 step shy of the warning track, maybe short hop the wall. That hit the wall on the fly. That ball just continued to get with that top spin and continue to carry. That was a very impressive swing, and he looked great running around the bases.
Pitch from Jovan is high that time. Kenyon, who throws a lot of stuff, four-seam fastball, cutter, slider, sinker, and a curveball. 1-0 pitch is cut on and missed that time. This is Nick Rodriguez after the triple. A 2-out triple from Rowdy Rodriguez. I tell you, I'm really excited about him. And then this kid right here, Nick Rodriguez. He's the first 2025 draft pick to reach AA. He was a 10th round selection. Takes a strike that time. It's 1-2. The kid from Tampa, Florida.
We all know the Angels not afraid to push guys.
Ball and 2 strikes. Fastball sails a little bit high that time. Fielder's choice in the first. That was against Gonzalez. And a single in the third. That was the one off the leg of Gonzalez that ended his outing. A base hit. Deuces wild, 2-2. Oh, beautiful slider that time from Kenyon. And down on strikes goes Rodriguez for out number 3. Couple of strikeouts in the inning. Works around that 2-out triple from Rowdy Rodriguez. So in the inning, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on base. Off to the 6th inning. 0-0, 1-0, whatever you want to say. We're having a fun night with UAH and the Trash Pandas. This is Trash Pandas Baseball on the Trash Pandas Baseball Network and Valley Live. Back here at Toyota Field, 6th inning arrives. Trash Pandas and UAH. One added here. Isaiah Whited is the new pitcher. Knoxville native out of Knoxville Bearden High School. 6'2", 200 pounds, a freshman. First pitch is a tapper foul to Parker Townsend. He's the batter. He'll face off against his teammate. UAH pitchers against UAH batters. It was a curveball that time that is low for a ball. Townsend with his first plate appearance at Dixon Mills, Alabama native. At Sweetwater High School. Fastball high that time. I'll tell you what, the promotional crew, they are in peak form. Entertaining the fans here. Count goes to 3-1 now on Parker Townsend. Looking at the Trash Pandas, wanting to get some guys work here tonight. And there's a ball 4. And Townsend is aboard at first base via a walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 walks issued by UAH pitching. I'm ready to see 2 number one starters face off against each other.
I agree.
The college games, the exhibitions, everything. Here's a liner out towards left field out the bat of Casiopo. And he lines out to left as Dunham comes on to make that catch. One away now.
Pretty good swing here. Yeah, and we don't mean to make light of it, but let's face it, when you do these exhibitions, when you do these midweek games, you know you're not going to get the top flight hurlers for these college teams. So sometimes things can get a little shaky out on the field.
Here's J.J. DeRazio now, who takes ball one that time. A hello to our former assistant pitching coach, Bo Martino, who's watching on YouTube tonight.
Bo, what's happening?
He's now the coordinator, pitching performance and analysis.
Hopefully we'll see him at some point.
Yeah. Swing and a miss that time by DeRazio. JJ has walked a couple of times against UAH pitchers since he's catching a Trash Panda pitcher. He's hitting for UAH here. Off-speed pitch, a strike. Runner goes. Throw down to second is not in time. And a stolen base for Townsend.
So a Trash Panda is pinch hitting for a Charger. Did I get that right?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, pretty much.
It's crazy, this game of baseball.
JJ from Maracay, Venezuela.
If Abner Doubleday were alive right now, what would he say about this game?
This particular game?
This particular game.
Well, they're playing by the rules, except for the fact that, you know.
It's anarchy.
It's like playing backyard football when you have a full-time quarterback, things like that. 1 ball, 2 strikes on DeRazio. Swinging a looping line drive into shallow center field. That's a base hit. Rounding third base, Townsend heading to the plate. Throw comes in from Rodriguez in time. The tag, it is there. How about that? Rowdy Rodriguez throws to Ian Reagan, a UAH catcher, and they cut down Townsend at the plate as Rodriguez with a one-hop strike to the plate.
So a Trash Panda teams up with a Charger to gun down a Charger.
And of course, Reagan now, he gives kudos to Rodriguez out there in center field. That was a heck of a throw. DeRazio with the base hit. And Townsend thrown out 8-2 on the putout. Outfield assist. And we got another pitching change here for UAH.
Shocking.
Wearing number 42. That's something you don't see. Sits retired by professional baseball. Jake Thornton, who is a sophomore from Gurley, Alabama. Madison County High School, 6'1", 195.
You know, you were saying this is kind of like having an all-time quarterback for both teams. You know what they call that now? NIL. They all play for everyone.
That's true. You know, it's putting together the media guide and everything. You know, you're used to seeing players play at a junior college before going to a Division I school, but most everybody now coming out has multiple Division I colleges if you're coming out of a D1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, baseball maybe not as prevalent as basketball and football necessarily, but still. Well, the home opener's on Friday. What we got? How we doing on YouTube over there?
Let's take a look. By the way, if you want to get in on the chat, please do. Well, we got 94 right now.
Okay.
We were up to about 120, I think, at one point.
Don't forget to smash that subscribe. A lot of great content put on YouTube.
Well, actually, I was rolling through YouTube. Wanted to congratulate you, sir, on your off-season victory, the Golden Glizzy Award.
It's true.
Why don't you tell the folks about that?
Yeah. Proud but not proud, you know.
As your boss, I can tell you how I felt about it.
Brody Bartlett takes a pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes as Bartlett face off against his teammate here. Yeah, we had a staff hot dog eating contest. It wasn't like an hour or 15 minutes. It was throughout the day from 9 to 5. I'm a very competitive person as he is hit in the tushy with that pitch. Durazio halfway to third. He goes back.
The tushy.
Yep. Hit by pitch.
So how many glizzies did old Chris eat?
Oh, actually more so the side than the tushy. My apologies. Gotta watch that tushy sometimes. Yeah, you're in a competition, and I was sort of just forced into it. Didn't really ask to participate. Have a history.
Right.
And, if you're going to compete, you got to compete to win. And, I had some lightweights like Ben Petrie in the competition. And he's your competition. You're probably going to win, but you still want to put up a good number. But I had 17 hot dogs over the course of an 8-hour day, and they were pretty premium-sized hot dogs.
My hire, folks. My hire.
Yep. 5-star. Oh, 0-2 pitch. There's a called third strike. And that will retire the side. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit. There was a hit by pitch, a walk, and 2 men left. We make our way to the bottom of the 6th inning. UAH and Rocket City on the scoreboard. It says 0-0 in this glorified inter-squad game here tonight at Toyota Field. This is Trash Pandas Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and YouTube. Chris Harris, Josh Carey with you from beautiful Toyota Field in Madison, Alabama. New pitcher for Rocket City. This is right-hander Carlos Espinosa as he makes his first appearance on this Toyota Field mound in 2026 as he will take over after Kenyon Yovan pitched 1 inning, no runs, 1 hit. He did not walk a batter and struck out 2. And so Espinosa takes over. Last year made 2 appearances for the Trash Pandas at the end of the year, 0-1. Gave up 3 runs on 3 hits and just 1 inning of work. Had a brief stop in 2024 as well, 10 appearances. Now back for his 3rd season at Rocket City. First pitch, a strike to Harold Cole. It'll be Cole, Goebel, and Flint. The 0-1. Slider bounces in the dirt. Espinosa, 24 years old, a native of Cuba. Acquired via trade from the Houston Astros. That was in that Trey Cabbage deal. January 31st in 2024. Chopper foul down the third baseline. It's 1-2.
Trey Cabbage, one of the all-time greats in the Trash Panda uniform, and he only played for the team for about 6 weeks.
Espinosa was signed originally by the Astros, 2022. A swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Cole. Nice start for Espinosa, who features a fastball and a slider and a curveball.
Beautiful pitch right there. We've seen him towards the end of each of the last 2 seasons. This should be his first go-around getting extended time at Double-A. He's shown some promise.
Kicks and fires, and the slider a little bit low that time to Goebel. 0 for 2 here tonight in this exhibition game. Ben Goebel, 1-0 pitch. Another nasty slider that time from Espinosa. Went through and was looking at former Trash Pandas that were natives of Cuba. As, of course, last year we had a power hitter named Oscar Colas as he slips on the mound on the delivery that was low. And he's kind of shaking that left leg as that left foot, when it went down, it just kind of slid out from under him.
And now you got to check hamstrings, you got to check groins.
And D'Orazio going out there, making sure he's all right. Second look here if you're watching on YouTube. Oh, yeah, just slipped.
Almost did the splits that time.
Almost like his cleats didn't catch the dirt. That mound is pristine. Maybe throw a pitch or two here, make sure he's good to go. But last year, of course, Oscar Colas, a native of Cuba, Victor Medeiros, Rubel Cespedes, short time with the Trash Pandas, Errol Vera, former Cuba natives that have played for the Trash Pandas. The 2-1 and a line drive is going to be a base hit to right out the bat of Ben Goebel, as he picks up a single. It was a nice piece of hitting by Goebel, going the opposite way with that. Played in 70 games last year for Rocket City. 246, 8 homers, 31 RBIs. Nice swing.
Threw that one to the outside corner, and a nice job by Goebel to go the other way with it. What I love about how he plays and his swing especially, doesn't really try to do anything special. He just takes what the pitcher gives him and takes advantage of it.
Pitch swung on, foul tipped into the mitt of D'Orazio's. His mitt. Like a lot of guys in Cuba, they start out playing in the Cuban Professional League, and then we'll move to the States. They'll quasi-defect. No balls and a strike on Tucker Flint. Runner takes off, and that'll be an easy steal for Ben Goebel.
Well, and how they get over there is stuff of legend. Who was golly, I just blanked on his name. The guy who played for the Dodgers. Not Cespedes.
Yunel Escobar?
No, Yasiel Puig.
Oh, Yasiel, yeah.
Oh, boy, that is a story for the ages.
Former Chattanooga lookout.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a high fly ball out towards shallow left center field. Catch out there will be made by Townsend. And that is out number 2, as Dunham will be the batter with the runner at second base. So many unbelievable stories about how players would get to the United States. We have a much better relationship, of course, with Cuba now, but former Braves shortstop Yunel Escobar was one of the more famous stories. Yasiel Puig, I can tell you some stories about that guy. He made national news getting arrested for reckless driving in Chattanooga on a Sunday night. He played both games of a doubleheader for the Lookouts the next day. Ball in the dirt low. D'Orazio scoops it up, throws to third. The throw back to second goes into right field, but no harm done as Goebel ends up back at second base. In fact, Puig had a game-winning hit in game 1 of that doubleheader.
He is definitely a different bird, but when you read about his background and what he had to go through to get here, you can sort of understand why.
Native of Cuba, Carlos Espinosa deals, and a slider is low that time to Elijah Dunham. Pass from that left side. Espinosa fires. Fastball misses high. 3 balls and no strikes. He's 24 years old. Najasa Cuba. Pitch in there for a strike that time, and it's 3-1. Taken all the way was Dunham. Dunham's from Evansville, Indiana. And he was telling me that, of course, he is a former Indiana Hoosier. As a 3-1 pitch is cut on and missed. In the process of moving, says he's kind of homeless right now. In the process of moving from Texas to Evansville. So his current address, if he's getting mail, if you want to send him a package, is Toyota Field. But in the process of moving to Evansville. But that's his hometown or his residence. And picked off his Goebel. Throw goes to third, then back to the shortstop. Wendell puts the tag on Ben Goebel, and that retires the side, as that'll be a caught stealing that goes 1 to 5, I believe to 6 on the putout between second and third base. And that retires the Pandas by the Panda right-hander Carlos Espinosa. And we head to the top of the 7th inning here from Toyota Field. No score here from Toyota Field as this is Trash Pandas baseball.
All right, we've got our contestants down here. We got a full Trash Pandas uniform. It's going to be your jobs, guys, to put on the pants, the jersey, the helmet when you have the full uniform on. Run through that finish line, and whoever is first will be the winner. All right, get in front of your line of clothing here. All right, on your marks. Get set, go. First, we're going to the pants. Now, this is a regulation Trash Pandas uniform right here, so it's going to be a little big. We're on to the jerseys. Jerseys on, helmets on. Get them pants, buddy. Oh, there we go. Watch the players, and we have a winner. Give it up for him, everybody. Today's winner of the dress and dash.
Well, here we go. It's at the top of the 7th inning from Toyota Field here in Madison as UAH facing off against UAH hitters here. Trash Pandas out there defensively. And on the hill is Braden Lawrence as he'll take over, the McDonough, Georgia native. Coming over from Mercer University. 6'5", 225 pounds, a left-hander. He's a sophomore. 2-0 on Trey Greenwell, the freshman from Decatur. We had a nice cheer when he came to the plate. Some fans from down the road. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Chris Harris, Josh Carey with you on a nice night for baseball. We've had some great weather this week. Hopefully we continue to get good weather. Pitch is fouled back over the roof. It's been a fun night. Great experience for UAH. Great experience for Alabama A&M last night. Technically the score's 0-0, but UAH pitching against their own hitters. Trash Pandas pitchers throwing against Trash Pandas hitters.
I still say it's 1-0.
But, you know, it's kind of like, any type of preseason type game is there's a called third strike at the knees, and down on strikes goes Greenwell. And that's the first out of the inning.
It has been. I mean, at the end of the day, you want these guys to get a nice experience UAH, but at the same time, let the Trash Pandas get a few reps in, and tomorrow the intensity will pick up a little bit, and then we'll go 4-bore on Friday.
First
look
pitch
at
is
us.
strike. Hey,
They want to lose. They want to lose viewers, Chris. They're putting us on TV.
glad to have you with us here on YouTube and watching the ball game as well. Pitch is high for a ball.
See the
faces for radio, obviously.
Yeah, see, the objective is to get people to stay watching the game. When you put us on, they turn away and hard.
Wendell, he stayed in the ball game the entire way. Their shortstop fouls that pitch straight back. It's 2 balls and a strike. He's having a great season for UAH, a .356 batter. 0 for 3 so far today.
Yeah, talking to some of the people at UAH, they feel like they should be a little further along on the season. They've just had some struggles on the back end of their bullpen.
2-1 offering is looped towards first in the air, and a catch made by Ben Goebel over at first base. Wendell is retired on the soft line out, and 2 away now for a new pitcher to face a new hitter. So we're going to see another new pitcher. This will be number 10. A replay of that soft line out.
See, I think this is number 12, to be honest with you. But who's counting?
I stopped writing down, I'll be honest. This one earlier, and, we'll give them credit. This will be number 23, Logan Mooney, native of Elkmont, Alabama, Athens High School.
But, in all honesty, I like the way Hunter Royer has mapped this out. It's an exhibition. He doesn't want to burn anyone, so everyone is facing 2-3 hitters at the most, and he's going to move on. Doesn't matter what happens.
And no doubt.
And with the innings rolling at times, you can afford to do that.
Sure. I would imagine if this inning doesn't end too far, we'll have another roll of an inning as well. Looking at the lineup sheet for the Trash Pandas, we've seen in the ball game so far, of course, Gonzalez, who started the game. We've seen Fansauker. We've seen Jovan. And we have seen, of course, Espinosa. On the card, Espinosa wasn't on there, so I can't go by this. They had Victor, Murphy, and Zabala listed. I can't imagine we would see all 4 of those guys tonight, as we'll get set for play to resume. An opportunity to get some game action. It's so much better than throwing just a regular bullpen. Even though you're facing your own hitters, but just pitching on that game mound, it's something different. Aiden Kashuba, junior from St. Charles, Illinois, takes a first pitch ball, and it's 1-0. They're swinging a miss on a fastball that time. When you get to the benefit of having a AA professional ball team playing behind you as a pitcher, and these kids are, and I hope after the game we see something similar that we had last night, with some pictures being taken on the field and some good times to be had, the handshakes. That's what it's about. 2 balls and a strike on Kashuba. Nobody on, and 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning. Swinging a ball fouled straight back over the roof.
Gotta ask if we're still tied. You think we'll have extras?
I hope that was a rhetorical question.
If by rhetoric you mean smart.
Add an Ellick after that. Pitch is low for a ball. 3-2 on Kashuba.
Touche.
You want to get guys their work in. It's been a long day for Trash Pandas players, too. They're used to arriving at the field after lunch or so. They were here a bit early today with our media day, and, of course, our staff has been putting in 14-hour days at least this week. 3-2 payoff. Popped up on the first base side. Second baseman calling for it. And Nick Rodriguez hauls it in for the third out. So 1-2-3 inning. And we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Time to stretch here at Toyota Field. A fun night at the ballpark, UAH. And Rocket City playing a friendly, as you listen to Trash Pandas Baseball and watch it, Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and YouTube. Welcome back to Toyota Field, and another new pitcher on for the Trash Pandas. As taking over will be Anayaris Zabala. Makes his first appearance on this mound, a native of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. He has the honor, the privilege of being the eldest member of this squad at 29 years old. 6'3", listed at 260 pounds is Zabala. As he will face off against his teammates here, Dunham, Mershon, and then Reagan of UAH, their catcher. Fastball there. It was a heavy pitch, a swing and a miss for strike one.
You look at his numbers for his career, they don't overwhelm you, Zabala's, but he's just one of those guys who's kind of hung around, and he finally got a chance with the Marlins.
Deals a pitch outside for a ball. Had a very brief cup of coffee with the Marlins during the 2022 season.
Played a little bit in Japan.
Dunham deals a swing and a miss that time. That was a nasty pitch.
Actually, he might be able to translate a little bit tomorrow, if need be.
Zabala fastball slider, and he also throws a splitter. Has that braided hair flowing out of the back of his hat. Pitch fouled off the mid of DeRazio. Dunham stays alive. Dunham has popped out and grounded out so far. UAH out there defensively behind him. Getting their work in. All right, he fires, and a great slider that time and a swing and a miss. Whew. As Dunham down on strikes. I think one thing with this Trash Pandas team, and we saw it last year too a lot, especially with the starting rotation, the pitching is going to be very good, is that slider, more of a sweeping slider.
Yeah.
This bullpen's got some really, really good arms in it, and that bodes well, especially early in the season when you're dealing with a lot of low pitch counts. There's Mershon, takes low.
And not just good arms, but also experienced arms. You look at the number of guys who have pitched here before. Yeah, 15 pitchers, and I'll see if I can count it up.
1-0 on Mershon. Fastball misses low that time.
Of the 15, 9 have pitched here. 1 has pitched in the majors. That's Zabala. They got a few other guys who maybe haven't pitched here but have AA experience or more.
And Najir Victor, who's coming off one of the more impressive WBC outings of any pitcher.
And he's one of the babies. He's 24.
Right. Najir Victor, who, if we don't see him tonight, probably see him tomorrow night. Native of the Virgin Islands, pitched for Great Britain in the World Baseball Classic and went through an inning in which he struck out Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, and Roman Anthony, back to back to back.
Which is one of the things they need to change about the WBC, in my humble opinion. By the way, did you ask him, has he ever even been to London?
I did not ask him that. 3-1 pitch. There's a strike, 3-2.
It's just one of the things that grinds my gears. You got a guy born in the Virgin Islands, grew up in Philadelphia, possibly has never been to the UK in his entire life, and he's pitching for Great Britain.
What did they say in one of the the games heading into the semis? You had a bunch of Italian Americans playing a bunch of Mexican Americans to face a lot of American Americans.
Touche.
Ground ball slowly left side and no play over there at third base. As charging in was Bartlett, trying to make that play at the hot corner. That'll be an infield single for David Mershon.
And for those of you wondering, well, how did he wind up on Great Britain? Well, they opened the history books in Major League Baseball. Yeah. Apparently the Virgin Islands at one time were a British colony, and so they used that backwards method to put him on the UK. I mean,
yeah.
At some point we got to be a little more straightforward with it.
Swinging a miss, throw down at first base. Nice job over there by UAH first baseman to keep that ball in front.
If Israel had gotten to the finals and won, do you think anyone in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem right now really cares about the WBC? Probably not.
0-1 pitch. It's a ball thrown into second base and a stolen base from Mershon. They have a lot going on over there right now.
I mean, I would rather see them go from 20 teams to, we'll say 8, and have them be 8 teams, 8 countries that really embrace baseball, really into the game. That's what I would rather see, almost an Olympics or a College World Series type of tournament.
Ian Reagan here. He's been the one UAH player that has faced off against Trash Pandas pitcher, and he's put the ball in play twice. 1-1 pitch, pops it up, back foul, and out of play. That was a good swing. He has certainly not seemed overwhelmed at the dish. Flying out to center, and then he's popped out. Zabala from Santo Domingo, the 1-2. Slider down and away. It's even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Signed as a minor league free agent on January 21st of this year. Former Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp player, Zabala. Played for the Blue Wahoos as well. Pitch popped up down the right field line. And the catch will be made out there in right field. Tagging at second, heading to third. Mershon, a throw is, oh wow, nearly in time. But getting around the tag, Mershon, that was a great throw out there in right field.
That was Carson, and he threw a BB over there on a hop. Only negative to it, it was just inside the third base bag as Staggs had to come off and field the ball. Otherwise, they probably get him. It's a great slide.
He was safe, and right there to make the call was Bill Ward, who is the father of first base umpire Trey Ward tonight. There's Gustavo Quintero.
And who called the balls and strikes last night.
Zabala deals, ground ball past the first baseman and into right field, a base hit. Coming in to score the first official run of the game is Mershon. And it's technically 1-0 in favor of the Trash Pandas. So Campero with the RBI single, and how fitting that the first RBI by a Trash Panda in 2026 here is Gustavo Campero. They'll bring in Rowdy Rodriguez, who tripled off the wall in left center his first time up. Slider cued off the end of the bat to first. It hits off the end of the glove of the first baseman. That was a decently close play at second as Campero just got there. That was Parker White who fielded that ball for UAH off the end of his glove. Had a lot of spin on it. We'll call that a base hit.
You're going to call it a hit, huh?
Had a lot of spin on it. It was cued off the end of the bat. Let's see it one more time. You know, it was tough. It's late. It's dark outside.
Okay, I'll be sure to get a bottle cooked up and, well, bedtime story too.
No. Out to the mound, Durazio to talk it over with.
By the way,
Zabala's Nick Rodriguez will dig in.
Forgot to mention during that at-bat, Campero against Zabala, major leaguer on major league. You don't see that very often.
Yep. I'd seen Gustavo Campero as the visitor, and it was fun to talk to him just about his journey, and such a nice,
very nice man,
nice guy, and they want him to both catch and play the outfield. And I asked him, I said, well, what do you prefer? Do you enjoy catching more? Do you enjoy the outfield? And he says, whatever gets me to the big leagues.
And that's the mentality. Listen, that's the mentality you have to have, unless you are a first-round pick and they designate you for somewhere. People forget when it comes to baseball, it's kind of like any other job. The more things you can do, the better off you're going to be. And he's been a perfect example of that.
Look in the dugout. Tucker Flint, Ben Goebel on the bench. 2-0 on Nick Rodriguez. As Zabala, the big righty, this is outside with that splitter, 3-0.
And consider this, 4 years ago when he was the bullpen catcher for Rocket City, you're a 24-year-old guy. You're only playing in a handful of games. You're barely seeing the field. How easy would it have been to walk away? He stuck it out, busted his hump every day, and he's living the dream.
3-0 is high and away for ball 4. And he walks him on 4 straight, and that's going to end the bottom of the 7th inning. So they're going to roll the inning as his pitch limit hit probably near 30. We don't have the official pitch tally here. But that will end the bottom half of the 7th inning. We go to the 8th inning from Toyota Field. We had a RBI base hit for the first time tonight, 1-0 in favor of Rocket City. It's Trash Pandas Baseball, the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network, and YouTube.
All right, I've got Tracy here with me. We've got 3 contestants as well right here at the table, numbered 1, 2, 3. All right, in front of them, they each have a piece of sushi. All right, now one of those is covered in wasabi. The other 2, perfectly fine. It's going to be Tracy's job to see them eat the sushi and then guess by facial expression only who ate the wasabi. Now, I don't know who has it. You guys have already picked your numbers, so go ahead, eat a piece of sushi. All right, Tracy, now really study the facial expressions right here. Oh, that's nice. Nice sportsmanship before this. There you go. Get that whole thing in there, chew it up. Make sure it tastes nice right there. We've got some early facial expressions. Interesting. My guy in the middle, looks like his eyes are getting a little warm. All right, interesting. This might be tough right here, Tracy. You've got to look at number 1, number 2, number 3. Who ate that wasabi?
3.
We're going to say contestant number 3. All right, now at the count of 3, if you had the wasabi, and I have a feeling you know, raise your hand for me. 3, 2, 1, raise your hand. I was contestant number 2. I'm sorry, Tracy. He hit it well besides being unable to open his eyes there at the end, but thank you so much. I know you can never try. And he's going back for more. The man's an animal. Give it up for him, folks. The contestants for today's wasabi eating contest.
Well, before we go further, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. Trash Pandas Baseball, the Trash Pandas Baseball Network. Nothing in favor of the Trash Pandas. We reach the top of the 8th inning. To take you home, here is the one and only Josh Carey.
Thank you very much, Chris. As Jack Doyle on in relief for the Chargers, and he pitches to a teammate as the First pitch is a strike, 0-1. This is, or pardon me, it's off the plate. It's 1-0. Bush, Mayfield, and Griffin due up for UAH as we play the top of the 8th inning, and depending on who you want to believe, it's either 1-0 Trash Pandas or we're tied at 1 as the pitch misses outside. 2-0. Bush is 0 of 2. He has struck out twice, both swinging. Also drew a bases-loaded walk. However, they rolled the inning at that time, and I guess they didn't count the run as the pitch is fouled straight back. 2-1. This is, by my count, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th pitcher of the game for UAH.
I think they've got to be getting close to having at least most of their active guys an opportunity to play.
The 2-1 in the dirt. Looked like a slider. It's at 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, according to the, well, you know what? They don't break up the roster by position. Let's see if we can figure it out. They have a lot of utility guys on here. It's the 3-1. Fastball bounced at third. Coming in, up with it, Cole. Throw across is in time. And that'll be the first out of the 8th inning. As Bush is now 0 of 3. And here's Townsend. Townsend drew a walk his first time up, stole a base, then was thrown out at the plate after a base hit by Diorazio. I will get that name right by opening day, I promise. Here's Mayfield. And the first pitch is low. It's 1-0. Let's see. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 20. They have 22 pitchers listed, UAH. And again, a few of them made their season debuts tonight. I'm sure those are some guys who will be redshirted. Here's the 1-0. Fastball, there's a strike. Going to even at 1-1. Doyle out of Huntsville, so this is a homecoming for him. Pitched at Madison Academy, which is literally maybe 3 miles from here. 1-1. Fastball, there's another strike. Kept it low in the zone. 1-2 on Mayfield. About 3 miles up Slaughter Road. One of the top 1A programs in all the land. Baseball and football. Off the line at first is Goebel. Doyle kicks and delivers. And threw him a slider. He dirted it down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, we had an RBI single by Gus Campero last inning, and depending who you ask, a bases-loaded walk to Bush for the Chargers. That was back in the 5th. From the letters, here's the 2-2. Fastball, bounce foul as it'll trickle over by the UAH third base dugout. Going to remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6:20 airtime tomorrow, 6:35 first pitch for the final game of this global baseball series between the Trash Pandas and the Red Cruisers. Will be on radio and YouTube. Here's the set again. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball high and tight. Did he go? No, he did not, says first base umpire Trey Ward. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Nathan Mayfield. All right, babe. I keep saying Mayfield. No, it is Mayfield.
He's back in.
Yeah, they brought him back in. You can do this in exhibition baseball. I forgot about that.
You can do whatever you want.
So Mayfield back in the contest, which means he's probably back out in right field. Pitch is outside. That'll be ball 4. I went out to Angel Spring Training a couple of weeks ago and saw one game against the White Sox, and that's what Chicago did with their starting pitcher. He struggled. They lifted him middle of the first inning and brought him right back into the second. So walk number 1 by Doyle. And here's Braxton Griffin. So Mayfield tonight has been to the plate twice and walked twice. And now Griffin back in the game. As the pitch hit foul off to the left, it's 0-1. He struck out in the second, then Cassiopo came in. Had a foul out and a line out to left, and now Griffin is back in. 0-1 the count. Doyle. High leg kick, next pitch. Nice off-speed pitch. Looked like a slider down and in. It will go to no balls and 2 strikes. Checking out the bullpens right now. I don't see anyone throwing, at least not yet.
There's a right-hander throwing for the Trash Pandas.
There is? Okay.
He's standing there right now.
From the belt, next offering. Went back to the fastball, missed down and in. Ball was dirted, and a good stop by Reagan. And it will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Major League action tonight. The A's defeated the Braves 5-2. That is the Athletics' first win of the season. Meanwhile, the Angels are shutting out the Cubs 2-0, bottom 8 from Wrigley. 1-2 on the left-handed hitter. The set and delivery, and the fastball misses high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There you see J.J. D'Orazio waiting on deck. Got to hit that D a little harder, Josh.
D'Orazio.
Count at 2-2. Next offering. In the dirt again. Slider in the dirt. Runner goes for second. Throw down there. He'll be in time. That was a ball in dirt read by Mayfield. He took off, but Reagan came up firing and threw it on the money. Over to cover was Mershon, and that'll go down as a putout, 2-6. And so just like that, a chance for Doyle to finish the inning. The set and next offering. High and away. Ball 4 missed with a fastball. He was ahead 0-2 and couldn't finish the job. So his second walk, but only 1 runner is on. And let's see if my count is correct. 2, 3, 4, or pardon me, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is the 10th walk of the game by UAH pitchers. And now we'll get another new pitcher.
You ever seen a game where 14 guys took the hill?
Well, shoot, didn't we see like 10 last night?
Wasn't Carden, when he playing a position?
No, I don't think so. This is Jake Carden. And we'll keep it right here because Jeff Scarborough has more than earned his keep tonight. Carden out of Pulaski, Tennessee, Columbia State Community College, 6'1", $170 left-hander. He's a junior, and he'll get to go out here. Let me make sure this is right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, 14th pitcher of the game.
Saw a lot of Columbia State when I was at Motlow. They have a couple of guys that played actually at Motlow State, which is in Tullahoma Community College. Great JUCO in JUCO baseball in the state of Tennessee.
Just to catch up on a couple of lines here, Logan Mooney, 1/3 of an inning, no hits. Well, actually, all zeros for him. Jack Doyle, 2/3 of an inning, no hits. 2 walks, no Ks. The runner at first is his responsibility. And now Carden will come in. There you see the logo for the Global Baseball Series, which will wrap up tomorrow. And tomorrow's game, again, for those of you planning to come out, that will be a routine 9-inning affair. We probably will stop with. It'll be an exhibition still, but it won't be to the extent we've seen tonight. As Carden wraps up his warm-up pitches. By the way, Jake, 1-2 on the season. He's made 8 appearances on the year, including 3 starts. ERA slightly over 13. He's given up 4 earned runs in 3 1/3 innings. So J.J. D'Orazio comes in. J.J. with a single and 2 walks. Left against right, first pitch. And it's grounded right at third. Staying down on it is Cole. Throw across in time, 5-3 on the putout. 1 pitch, and Carden is through the 8th inning. For the Chargers, no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 man left on it base. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Trash Pandas, I think, lead at 1-0. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live. Luke Murphy into the game for Rocket City, even though he's technically playing for UAH. He will be facing the middle part of the Rocket City order. It'll be Cole, Goebel, and Flint all due up, and that'll end the night for Inuris Zabala, who went an inning, allowed 2 hits, a run that was earned. He walked 1 and struck out another. Luke is a longtime member of this Trash Panda organization. This will now be his 4th season, or actually his 5th season now in a Rocket City uniform after splitting time between Rocket City and Salt Lake a season ago. And again, he's just added that splinter, so
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see as he'll complete his warm-up pitches. And the throw will go down to second. So Cole to lead things off. He's 0 of 2. He has struck out twice, both times swinging. And he's reached on an error and also stolen a base. And while we have a moment, fans, Rocket City Trash Pandas Baseball is brought to you by Defense Pest Solutions, on a service you can trust to protect what matters most. Cole to step in, right against right. First pitch by Murphy. Fastball is launched into center, but charging in is Greenwell, still coming. Makes a bill high catch as his cap goes flying. And that'll be out number 1. Caught that one off the end of the bat. At first I thought he had it better than he actually did. And now Ben Goebel comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3, a single, a stolen base, a caught stealing. He's also popped to short and fly to right. As the first pitch is a fastball right down Broadway. It's 0-1. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe his walk-up music was a little Tupac.
I didn't notice, but shout out.
Next pitch, swing and a miss. Took something off that time. Looked like the slider by Murphy. 0-2, Luke out of Vanderbilt. Grew up in the Nashville area. He was a part of that Vandy National Championship team in 2021 as the fastball down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Murphy from Cross Plains, which went to East Robertson High School, Springfield, Tennessee.
1-2, swung on, lobbed into shallow center. That'll get down for a hit. Ben Goebel with another base knock, his 2nd hit in as many at-bats. And that is hit number, by my count, that's the 8th hit of the game for Rocket City. I know it says 7 on the video board, but I'm putting my foot down, Chris.
Someone has to.
It's hit number 8. And 1 on with 1 out for Tucker Flint. T. Flint 1 of 2, a single, a stolen base, a walk, and a fly out to left. First pitch. Fastball, that's in there. No balls and a strike. Tucker, we haven't talked about this a whole lot, but his father, a renowned soccer coach in the New England area. Next pitch on the way. Fastball missing low. 1-1. In fact, soccer was just as much a part of his upbringing as baseball was. The Flints. Open stance for Tucker. Shaded up the middle, the shortstop Wendell. And now a quick move over to first and back in with a dive is Goebel. Wind not a factor on this lovely evening. Murphy looks back in, runner will go. Pitch swung and missed, throw to second is going to be, did he hold the bag? They're going to call him out. He had the steal, but he overslid the bag, did Goebel, and for the 2nd time tonight, he's going to be thrown out along the base paths.
Nice job by Wendell to keep that tag on him. At second base, see a replay here.
This was a 1 hop, but he stayed down on the ball, and you can see Goebel had it, but just going to keep the bag.
Nice job.
So that's a caught stealing. That'll go 2-6, and J.J. D'Orazio will be giving Goebel some fits, I'm sure, after the game.
Yeah.
As Murphy will try to end the inning. 1-2. Swung on, dribbled in front of the mound. In is Murphy. Up, quick throw to first is not in time. Flint legged it out. Good hustle by Tucker Flint. Would have been easy to Cadillac it on that one, but he never broke stride and ran right through the bag and just beat the throw from Murphy. Yeah, and he did beat it. So a runner at first with 2 away. Here is Elijah Dunham. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, both of them swinging, and a bounce out to second. First pitch, swung on, lobbed into shallow right. Charging in is Carson, still coming, makes the catch as the cap goes flying. Good play by Carson. A fly out to right by Dunham, and the Trash Pandas are done in the 8th inning. No runs despite 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left. We'll go to the 9th, and again, we think it's 1-0 Rocket City. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network in Valley Live. Top of the 9th inning, and depending who you ask, it's either 1-0 Rocket City or we're tied up at 1. Either way, due up for the Chargers, it's going to be the bottom third of their order. Bartlett followed by Wells and then Greenwell here in the 9th, and they will face Coleman Gann. So Jack Doyle goes 2/3 of an inning, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts as the first pitch hits him. Gann is going to hit Bartlett, who is plunked for the 2nd time tonight. That's not a lot of fun. And I beg your pardon, that's Seth Staggs who was plunked. And actually for Staggs, that's his 2nd at-bat. So twice he's been hit by a pitch. So Staggs will trot to first, and here is Eli Wells, right on right. And the first pitch is let up, that misses high. 1-0. So Wells, he's also been hit with a pitch. He has, if you include the bases loaded walk, he scored a run, and he has struck out twice, both times looking. 1-0. And the fastball through for a strike. Going to even at 1-1. Meanwhile, Jake Cardino faced 1 man and retired him. All zeros for him. Gann, 2-0, a 4.97 ERA. 12 appearances on the year as the slider misses down and away. 2-1. He's allowed 7 earned runs on 17 hits in 12 2/3 innings while striking out 11. The set again. Next pitch. Fastball, bounce left side, ranging, and through for a base hit. Runner to second, he'll stop there. Ranging for the ball was Cole. It got under his glove. Then Mershon, the shortstop, dove to his left. He couldn't knock it down. That's the very definition of a seeing eye single. As Wells will pick up his first of the game. Hit number 3 for UAH. And here's Greenwell, who's 0 for 2, a fly out to left and a strikeout looking right on right. First pitch. He's swinging, and he takes a strike, a fastball. And it's 0-1.
Technically, he could just allow a couple of guys to score and give his own team
a win. Next pitch. And the fastball misses outside, 1-1. For what it's worth, I learned this the other day. Apparently, the AAA Salt Lake Bees, they had one of these against a local JUCO out in Salt Lake, and they did the same kind of setup as this. 1-1. Fastball ripped into center, but right at Rodriguez. Catch made. Runner bluffs from second, but he'll stay put. So Upton lines to center, and that will be out number 1 as Bartlett remains at second and Wells at first. By the way, a couple of defensive moves. It was Mayfield who made that final catch in right field to end the 8th inning. And Griffin back into the game to play left, and Staggs took over for Bartlett over at third base. we believe, back in the 5th inning. And we're going to get yet another pitcher by the Chargers. That'll be number 38 coming into the game. That'll be Parker White out of Owens Crossroads, right down the road from here. This is a game, Chris, that will live for the ages.
Something like that, yeah.
Coleman Gann faces 3 men. He goes a third of an inning, allows a hit. He walks none, though he plunked a batter, and he struck none out. This is, by my count, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16th pitcher of the game. And yet they've only allowed 1 run.
You know, this is a game that'll live for the ages, but it won't have a box score.
That's right. I don't know if a box score could handle this.
No.
So once we resume play, it'll be Parker White facing Hugh Wendell. And unless a double play occurs, he would also see Caleb Mahan. And I guess the only question would be if Rocket City / UAH keeps UAH off the scoreboard, would we have a bottom of the 9th? I guess we will find out soon enough. Meanwhile, in Major League Baseball today, we mentioned earlier the A's topped the Braves. Final score there was 5-2. They're now in the bottom of the 9th from Wrigley Field. Angels are blanking the Cubs 2-0. Angels have lost 3 in a row, trying to snap that skid. And let's see, for the Angels tonight, their 2 runs came on a Logan Ohapi 2-run infield single. I wonder how that occurred. Either way, we resume action. Here's Wendell against White. And the first pitch is a fastball called a strike. It's 0-1. Wendell tonight is 0-4, a line out to first. He's reached on an error, a 4-6-3 double play, and a comebacker to the mound. The 0-1 on the way. Slider in the dirt. It's 1-1. It's so funny to look at our monitor here. Mm-hmm. This is a Trash Pandas UAH exhibition, and yet everyone you see in your screen is wearing blue.
Yeah.
The pitcher, the catcher, the batter, and the base runner.
Yep.
Here's the 1-1. And the ball top to third. Up the line, and I don't think they'll have a play. They won't. That's going to be an infield single. A swinging bunt by Wendell up the third base line. Cole came charging in. He had no shot for Rocket City. In fact, over there to get it was White, and he did the right thing, sticking it in his pocket. So Bartlett second to third, Wells first to second, Wendell on at first. Second hit of the inning, 4th of the game for UAH. And the bases are loaded with 1 out for Caleb Mahan. 1 of 3 with a single, a walk, a pop-up to second, a ground out to third. Rocket City will leave the infield back as the fastball is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. So now tense moments here at Toyota Field. Sort of. As Mahan digs back in, 406 on the year. And the 0-1. Took something off. There's a strike. Looked like a changeup that caught the outside corner. And it will go to 0-2. Mahan with a wry smile back at home plate umpire David Tompkins. Out of Florence, Alabama, like we mentioned earlier. He's a senior. Here's the set and the 0-2. Fastball bounce foul over by the third base dugout where the Chargers are. Going to stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Bases full of Chargers here in the 9th inning. From the belt, here's the 0-2. Slider hit hard on a bounce at short, knocked down, picked up. They go to second out there. Relay to first is in time there.
Wow.
6-4-3. Great play by Mershon. He knocked the ball down, didn't panic, shoveled over to Rodriguez, who turned it over to first. 6-4-3. And now let's see, are we going to play on here?
You got an elated pitcher and a disappointed hitter for the same team.
Playing for the same team. Well, Rocket City is jogging off the field, and let's see if UAH takes the field with them.
Looks like the Trash Pandas have one more guy they're gonna pitch.
Okay, so with that said, we will have a bottom of the 9th. we'll say Rocket City's already won, but we'll take a break, come back with the bottom of the ninth. After this is
Chance to add to their lead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And make it look more impressive. Bottom of the ninth, Trash Panda Baseball, Trash Panda Broadcast Network, and Valley Live. Well, we are going to have a ninth inning, and you know what? We're in for a treat. It's going to be Najir Victor who comes in to pitch for Rocket City after Luke Murphy goes a scoreless eighth inning, allows 2 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. Again, according to the scoreboard, Rocket City has won this thing 1-0, but we'll have a bottom of the ninth nonetheless. As, again, Victor in the Trash Panda uniform pitching for UAH, and he'll face the 8-9-1 hitters, Mershon, Regan, and Campero, all due up. And for the UAH guys playing behind Victor, what a moment for them. As this is righty on lefty, Mershon waits. First pitch by Victor, here it is. Fastball cut through and missed by Mershon. It's 0-1. David is 1 of 3, a single, a stolen base, the lone run of the game for Rocket City. He's also popped to short and hit a comebacker. It was earlier this month, Najir Victor came on in the World Baseball Classic for Great Britain. It's the 0-1. Fastball inside, 1-1. Again, we don't know if he's ever been to the UK, but he was born in the Virgin Islands, which used to be a colony of Great Britain, and hence he was allowed to pitch for them. Anyway, came on during the World Baseball Classic for Great Britain against America as the pitch misses inside. It will go to 2-1, and he struck out Aaron Judge, followed by Bryce Harper, and then later against Gunnar Henderson. That's a pretty good trio to K. Here's the set in the 2-1. And the fastball high and away 3-1. And if you're a UAH player, you kind of got to pinch yourself a little bit. I just saw this guy strike out 3 of the best in Major League Baseball just a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm playing behind him. What a nice little moment for them. Victor with the high set against Mershon. Here's the 3-1. Fastball hit foul to the screen, 3-2.
Imagine for Najir, and you really say the Angels have found a diamond in the rough, a kid who played at UCF and then Florida Gulf Coast, a 14th round pick in 2024. And here's a guy who we don't know how he's going to pan out. That could have been a flash in the pan, but it also could be a little preview of what he's capable of doing for the Angels.
Here's the set in 3-2. Fastball swung on and missed. He climbed the ladder on Mershon, who comes up empty. Strikeout number 1 for Victor, and that will be the 9th strikeout for Rocket City Hurlers. And by the way, I forgot to mention, he also struck out Roman Anthony. I forgot all about that as well. Last year, and you're going to look at these numbers for Victor, they're not overwhelming. With Inland Empire and Tri-City last season, he combined for, 35 relief appearances as the pitch is cut on and missed. It's 0-1. Had an ERA probably around 5. Did convert 4 saves, but you can see the stuff this guy has. Like a lot of young pitchers, it's just a matter of commanding everything. He's out of Central Florida. Here's the 0-1. Fastball right through there, 0-2. He was a starter at Florida Gulf Coast early in his collegiate career, made the transfer over to Orlando, became a reliever exclusively, and he's been riding high ever since. Here's the 0-2. Fastball high and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes, as this is Ian Reagan.
How about Ian Reagan? He gets a chance to face off against guys that struck out Aaron Judge and Bryce Harper just less than a month ago.
Reagan 0 for 3, a fly out to center, a pop up to second, fly out to right. 1-2. And the pitch, slap foul off to the right. And you know what? Got a pretty good swing in there against Victor.
He hasn't been overwhelmed.
And remember, he's hitting only because he can't catch and play for the opposing team at the same time. That's why he's in there for the Trash Pandas at the plate. Next offering. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Slider down and away. Back-to-back Ks for Victor. That'll be out number 2. Strikeout number 10 for Rocket City Hurlers. And this will be a pretty good little test for Niger, as you'll face Gus Campero, who has the lone RBI of the game for Rocket City. That was a single back in the 7th. He's also struck out looking twice and also singled in the 1st. Right on left as the first pitch. Slider down and in. Did he go? No, he did not, says third base umpire Bill Ward. And so now on the flip side of things, it's UAH playing defense, but in your screen, you're seeing a Trash Panda hitter, a Trash Panda catcher, and a Trash Panda hurler. Here's set in the 1-0. Fastball, a strike, a beauty. 1-1. Then everyone else is in blue and gray out on that field. Victor back to the letters. They want to go high. Here's the 1-1. Fastball swung on and hit foul out of the stadium straight back. 1-2, and Victor will try to strike out the side. One of 5 siblings. And now time called as David Tompkins needed time, the home plate umpire.
We would have no idea what that is remotely like.
What, 5 siblings?
Yeah.
I have 3 of them. It's interesting. Victor. Here's the 1-2. And the slider going to miss down and in. 2-2 the count. By the way, Niger, he didn't pitch, but he was named to the spring breakout roster for the Angels as well. I got to do that game with Tony Parks. That was a lot of fun. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on and launched into deep right, but drifting back is Mayfield. He's under it. He's got it. And I think that may be the ball game. Let's sit here and make sure as 1-2-3 go the Trash Pandas in the bottom of the 9th inning. And what are we doing here? Trash Pandas are walking off the field, and you know what? There we go. It's the Charger coaching staff meeting with Joe Cruzel. That will be a ender to this one. And it'll depend on who you ask. According to our scoreboard, Rocket City wins 1-0. Technically, it was 1-1. But this one is over as this second exhibition comes to a close. We'll take a timeout. Come back with the Northrop Grumman postgame show right after this. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live. Uh-oh. And welcome into the Northrop Grumman post-game show, everyone. Josh Carey with you, and I'm still trying to total up my
Good luck.
my scorecard here as I'm trying to get you a winning pitcher if it's even possible. I think it's going to be Braden Lawrence who's going to get the win in this thing. Remember, it's going to be a UAH pitcher who's going to get the win today.
Yep.
Because they were pitching for the Trash Pandas, and the final is officially going to go down as 1-0. We'll quickly take you through this ball game as we had 23 men left on base between the two teams. For UAH, no runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 12 left. I will say we had a couple of innings that rolled over due to pitch count. There was an inning where the Chargers technically did score a run. There was a bases-loaded walk to Taylor Bush with 2 outs, and that walk, I believe, was given up by Zach Murphy. And that would have, in a normal situation, made it a 1-0 ball game, UAH, in the 5th inning. But because the inning rolled over, they took it off. Meanwhile, Rocket City's 1 run came in the 7th with 1 out. David Mershon would single. He would steal second, move to third on a fly out to right by Ian Reagan of UAH. And then he would score on a 2-out RBI single by Gus Campero. That would make it 1-0, and the Trash Pandas would make it hold up. So for UAH, no runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, they leave 12. Rocket City, 1 run, 9 hits, 1 error, they leave 11. I think it's Brady Lawrence who gets the win for whatever it's worth, as Lawrence went 2/3 of an inning, a hit, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. The loss goes to Rocket City's Inuris Zabala. 1 inning, 2 hits, a run was earned, a walk, and a K for him. And the save goes to Najir Victor. He looked really good, tossing a 1-2-3 9th inning and striking out 2 of the 3 men he faced. The time of game was 2 hours and 58 minutes. And again, your final score, Rocket City 1, UAH 0 in this second game of the Global Baseball Series. We'll take one more break, come back and wrap it up right after this. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network in Valley Live. And welcome back to the Northrop Grumman postgame show, everyone. Josh Carey joined alongside Chris Harris, and back in Mission Command running the boards is Jeff Scarborough. Again, Rocket City defeats UAH tonight, kind of, sort of, by the final score of 1-0. And the mission at Northrop Grumman is to be at the forefront of technology and innovation, delivering superior capability in tandem with maximized cost efficiencies. The security solutions they provide help secure freedoms for our nation as well as those of our allies. Well, before we call it a night, Chris, your final thoughts on this one?
Something like last night, Josh. I mean, it's just great to see 2 teams get a chance to get some work in, and a special night for the UAH Chargers and their coaching staff for them getting to play in a type of game like this. They can always say they were on the field and played with professional baseball players and some former big leaguers. So they're going to have that story for the rest of their lives, and just a great night, and good to see the Trash Pandas back on the field in Toyota Field, and exciting to see Gustavo Campero. He had the only RBI of the ball game, and really excited for tomorrow night, seeing the Red Cruisers and Trash Pandas go at it. But just a really cool event that we're in the midst of, this global baseball series, and just really cool. It's something that really has never been done in minor league baseball, an event like this, and another great night.
Another great night, and time for one more tune-up. As Chris mentioned, that'll be tomorrow, 6:20 airtime, 6:35 first pitch, as Rocket City will take on the Toyota Red Cruisers. That's really the crowning jewel of this three-day event of the Global Baseball Series. Love to have you down here. We're going to have a big crowd, as a lot of those Toyota manufacturers are going to be here taking in tomorrow's game. But if you can't be here, be sure to join us either on YouTube or right here on Talk Radio, WZZN, or ESPN 97.7 The Zone, as again the Trash Pandas take on the Red Cruisers in the final game of this Global Baseball Series. Special thank you back at Mission Command to all the hard work from Jeff Scarborough, and of course thank you to all of you for listening to Rocket City Trash Pandas Baseball. As again, your final score on this winning night is Rocket City defeating UAH by the final score of 1-0. Until tomorrow, for Chris Harris and for Jeff Scarborough, this is Josh Carey saying so long, everybody. This has been Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Panda Broadcast Network and Valley Live. All right, Jeff, nice job. We'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?